What's up, everyone? Welcome to the WAN Show. We've got a great show lined up for you this week because how can Google unilaterally remove my video about ad blockers, but then run ads on YouTube for ad blockers? This does not make sense. This is Chewbacca. Chewbacca lives on Kashyyyk. He does not make sense. Also,
he makes credits.
In the news this week, Intel's having a bit of a classic Coke moment where the new Intel CPU is not nearly as beloved as the old Intel CPU that overheats and dies, which is hard to deal with. What else we got this week, Mr. Luke?
Oblivion!
Oh my God, really?
Oblivion happened. It was remastered. Bethesda released it. There's more to talk about other than that, but oh my goodness. Everyone knew that was going to be a topic of mine. I blew the only one that I had for sure. And other than that, I don't know.
Blown.
They all kind of suck. Discord CEO is stepping down.
Whole load blown because it's like, that reference and also Oblivion with the long loading times.
Oh.
Loading simulator Oblivion.
The loading times are pretty good now.
The show is brought to you today by Vessi, Squarespace, and Notion, and of course, as usual, our wrap partner dbrand, our laptop partner Dell, and our chair partner Secret Lab. Let's talk about this. Google is apparently completely cool with adblock advertising on YouTube.
Are they cool with it, or was it just there?
You know how when there's like an inflammatory thing that you're reporting on,
yes,
whether you cosplay as a journalist or not, you sort of just have a moral, you might say, obligation to reach out and get the other side of the story. So
did we do so? Because
that's just kind of basic human decency. I reached out to Google asking, what's the deal with all of these ads that I'm getting for this service called Pi? So this is Pi Adblock, which I don't know is maybe going to get the WAN show freaking takedowned by YouTube, because you might remember this. Recently, we did a video, part 2 of De-Google Your Life, where we talked, yes, about the boogeyman Adblock and how to use it on YouTube. Okay, so I'm showing this right now, but the only reason I'm aware of Pi, Luke, is because I keep getting fed ads for it on YouTube. And talking to some of the other writers here, they've been apparently getting a lot of ads for Pi as well. So let me, you know what? I'll actually read the document that our writing team so graciously prepared for us. Do you recognize these people? Sorry, what is this? Ah, yes. Okay. Mr. Jordan Block went and look at all this work he did for us. Boom. He's got the People's Internet. Yeah, here we go. The People's Internet. Okay. So do you recognize any of these ads? These are all ads for Pi.
No.
Okay. Well, I bet you guys do.
So far, still no.
Only thing I see is I have YouTube Premium. Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I have YouTube Premium. I don't
well, I don't have YouTube Premium on my work account.
Are these the people that read ads for everything? Is that the point?
Well, no, those are just like those are the like the ads for it. Those are the thumbnails for them.
How would I recognize the people though?
Well, because they're in the ads for Pi.
Oh, so it's basically asking if I've seen the ad before.
Yeah. I'm just asking if you've seen the ad before.
No.
Well, whatever. Honey co-founder Ryan Hudson is back with a new project, the Pi Adblocker, which seems to be advertising absolutely everywhere recently, including on YouTube. Google's ad transparency site shows that Pi has approximately 40 different text ads and 800 different video ads active in Google Ads when we checked earlier today.
800.
Pi says that you can block ads and get paid. Although the Pi FAQ seems mostly concerned with distancing themselves from Honey/PayPal. This discovery on my part comes just 7 months after Google unilaterally removed our De-Google Your Life Part 2 video for violating YouTube's community guidelines as potentially harmful or dangerous content, which it turns out translates to telling people how to block ads on YouTube. So I reached out to YouTube and, by my standards, very politely, asked, what the f*** is this? I was a little frustrated by the experience, to say the least. I basically said, hey, so what's the deal with this? Like, what is the policy distinction between me posting a video talking about ad blocking on YouTube versus an advertiser paying for positioning for their ad blocker on YouTube? And they basically went, oh, well, I don't know. You'll have to get me the ad ID of that ad. And I'm kind of sitting here going, well, what does that even mean? Why does it matter? Why do you need the ID of the like? It felt like I was just being asked to jump through a completely unnecessary hoop. This is an ad for an ad blocker. So they have a domain. Presumably, you, Google, the entity, have an ad service that knows what the domain an ad that people click on goes to. Find one that goes to that domain and let me know, right? Am I missing something here?
No.
If it goes to this ad blocker, just find anyone. I don't care. It doesn't have to be the exact one. Why does this is irrelevant detail? Anyway, we jumped through the hoop. Jordan very helpfully found me an ID, and also you can see got that helpful little link that shows how many of these flippin' video ads
crazy,
they have running right now, which Google could have easily done. They could have just gone and found that list and then shown me, responded via about any one of them. Basically, so I sent that over to them, and they're kind of like, oh, well, Google's divisions have a lot of separation. So ads have a different set of policies compared to YouTube videos, and there is currently no policy against advertising an ad blocker, even though that ad blocker appears as content on f***ing YouTube.
What if you buy ads for the De-Googlify Your Life video?
Apparently, that's kosher. What?
So making people watch it, it's more okay than having it be optional. If the content is bad, it's more okay if you make people watch it than if you make it optional for them to watch. That's what is being communicated to me personally. That's what I'm taking from this.
And CatOS points out that ads on YouTube are videos on the platform, like in terms of how they work on the back end.
Yeah.
So you 100% can upload a video to YouTube that contains instructions for ad blocking, as long as you do an ad buy against it.
I wonder what other YouTube rules you can break. Like, how far can you take that? Because there's a lot of things that I could think in Google ads that are against YouTube terms of service.
Chewy, our community coordinator, I don't know what the heck his job title is, but whatever, he's cool. He says in chat, if you stop paying for the video to be shown as an ad, will it then get struck down? I don't know.
It's a good question.
I don't know.
I feel like no, but it's a good question.
I just... Look, I feel like this is one of those times when people are going to try to find some gotcha. So let me clarify my stance. I don't use ad blockers. That is a personal choice that I've made because I am a content creator, and it would feel pretty hypocritical of me to use ad blockers when I am both aware of and educate people on the impact that it has on content creators. I do not and have never said, never use an ad blocker, you fucking monster, horrible people. I have never said that. That has never happened. If you think it happened, you imagined it, or someone lied to you and told you that it happened. That is the only...
You said it to me behind the scenes.
That is the only way that those things could have been an experience that you had. We have explicitly provided instructions on ad blocking before on our channel. We've done a video on Pi-hole. We have the De-Google Your Life video.
Multiple times.
We've discussed our histories as pirates before we could afford to buy things extensively on the WAN show. So
no.
The big controversy is I said ad blocks piracy because it is, and some people got butthurt. That's pretty much what it boils down to. But I never said, don't do piracy. I never said, put away your eye patch and your tricorn hat. I just said, well, it's a form of piracy. You're circumventing the payment on the platform, therefore piracy. It's kind of simple. It's actually really simple. So I'm not upset that Google is promoting ad blockers on a platform where I rely on ads. What I'm upset about is the hypocrisy that we are seeing from, and I get
100%.
it. I get it. Companies have silos. You know, they'll have different policies. They'll have different teams. There's all these factors that I think people who have never worked for a larger company don't consider. It is not surprising to me that this happened. What is surprising to me, though, is now that it's been flagged, that it is not just, oh, duh, obvious that this should not be. Because if your policy is that because of user safety, potentially harmful or dangerous content, that my video showing people how to block ads on YouTube was removed, not just they contacted me and we had a conversation and we agreed to take it down. No, removed. And then they contacted me. Actually, I think I read about it on Reddit first. I don't actually remember. The point is they just ripped the video down. So that's what happens there. But if you're running it as an ad, well, I don't know. It's a different team. I don't know. What? That doesn't make any sense. But hey, they had a good earnings call there. They're up how many points? I can't remember. Yeah. And we've got a couple other points here. It wasn't long ago, 2023, that Google sponsored a conference for Adblock developers, and at least 5 Google employees gave presentations at the same time that YouTube was getting more aggressive in dealing with ad blocking. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that much. Unique username says, not to be that guy, Linus, but I don't think anyone ever used the word piracy for what you described, so at least some confusion is warranted. IMO. I'm sorry, I just actually don't think it's that complicated. Yeah, it's circumvention of payment for a digital product. Like,
personal gain.
Right, like that's what we call it. We don't call it theft because if you don't remove it or whatever, you know, whatever the rationalization is, right? Like if you don't actually remove it from the possession of the person who has it, then it can't be theft. I'm like, sure, okay. Like it doesn't matter. It's all semantics, right? Like that's the whole point, is that someone has a thing, they set a price for it, you decided no, and you took it anyway. So you call it whatever you want, right? But the point is that it is functionally the same thing. But it's really not the point today because I just don't care. I just don't care. You do whatever works for you. And if you have like a super guilty conscience or whatever, and it makes you like really mad when someone calls you out and is like, that's what you're doing, that's your thing. You go deal with that. You talk to your therapist about it. You talk to your mom about it. You talk to your friends about it.
Or just don't care.
Or just don't care. Or go on Temu while you still can and order a tricorn hat and an eye patch. That's also an option.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are dusting them off right now.
Dude,
big time.
Dude, did Netflix just raise pricing again?
I didn't. I feel like that is a statement.
I could say that anytime.
A question and answer that is permanently true. Yeah.
We should.
Okay. I sent you this.
We should have an LTT eye patch.
It's a pretty good idea.
That's actually a really good idea. Dan, can you send it to the team?
Yes.
And tricorn hat. And then you get it. If it's a combo, then you get them at a lower price. And if you steal them from us, you get it for free. Which, I mean, is sort of...
That's kind of how that works.
That kind of goes without saying.
A group that did a price increase in a way that I think was really cool recently, and I sent to you, was Dropout. Remember that?
Yes.
Dropout. Why is my thing not working? Oh, it's dropout.tv. I was doing dropout.com. Anyways, they had a video on it, and you can tell they did something right here when the video on them increasing their pricing was like very well liked, and the comments are really positive.
Yeah, it was like 1 minute long
I can
too.
Even find it.
It was really short.
Dropout. Price
Basically,
increase.
they were just like, yeah, we're increasing pricing, but it's only for new people.
Here we go. Price change warning.
2 minutes. But I watched it at 1.75, so it probably took me a minute.
Yeah, it's so short. Vlogbrothers responded with "just charge me more, dork," and people liked it. This comment, when you have something special, when an announcement that you're raising your prices has an overwhelmingly positive comment section, and it's legit, and it's because they did it in a cool way.
Well, they didn't even do it in a cool way. They just did it the way it should be done. And everyone else sucks.
Yeah. I think it was, it goes up for new customers and it goes up for returning customers. So if you canceled and are coming back, it went up as well.
I will do you one better. Our returning customers keep their existing pricing. But we might have to change that at some point. That probably doesn't make sense forever. Because,
what if someone's returning from 2017?
Yeah. Are they really a returning customer? I think the way that YouTube defines a new viewer to the channel is it's either 90 days or 30 days or something like that.
I wouldn't mind having a buffer. That seems reasonable.
I think a little buffer might be reasonable, but I think if someone's coming back after a year or whatever, they can just... Clearly, they're doing the thing where they buy for 1 month, download everything, then cancel and then watch it, and that's fine. But then they can pay.
You can pay full price.
They can pay a couple dollars more.
Yeah,
it's not going to kill them.
I just wanted to point out because, again, we talk about how there's a lot of negative news. So
okay, hold on.
That was 3 weeks ago, but I thought it was cool.
Okay, Deep Blue 7. I use ad blockers because I don't want to pay for the content. I don't use ad blockers because I don't want to pay for the content. I use them because I don't want companies to track me. And there's a whole bunch more about why you use them. I'm not judging. Again, I can't make this clear enough.
At no point in time.
We have literally made videos on how to do what you're doing, and we've talked about the benefits.
We will probably continue helping you.
We will. We're talking about it right now. I am mad because my video on de-Googling your life, which included how to run ad blockers on YouTube, was taken down.
We're very annoyed that we weren't able to give you the info on how to block ads.
Don't interpret this the wrong way. I choose not to use them. That's a personal choice. You choose to use them for whatever reason you like, and that is your personal choice.
And that's a legit reason.
And it's piracy, and I don't care. And you shouldn't care either if you don't care.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? You don't need to talk to your therapist about it anymore. I will be that for you. We're going to take whatever parasocial relationship we had and we're going to go like this. We're going to turn it up to 11.
Oh, man.
All right. Our discussion question on this topic is, why didn't you warn us about pi, Linus?
Yeah.
Why didn't I?
Why didn't you? Honestly, disappointed.
I don't click on ads, so I didn't know what it was. I just could tell that it was an ad blocker. So I basically got mad at YouTube.
I was super sus because this is the first time I've ever heard of this.
Yeah.
And they say get paid, and I was immediately like, oh, what's going on? So they say browse. You got to read the whole line. Browse ad free with Pi Adblock and earn cash rewards for the ads you choose to see. I read some Reddit threads real quick and stuff.
Isn't this just Brave?
I think it's kind of like distributed Brave. I think. You can just put it on other browsers. I found this interesting. Featured by Google, verified by Google.
Can you? Go to the actual Chrome store though. Is it actually? Is that real?
They don't link.
That looks like an image. I don't think that even pulls from the API or anything.
I did not Play Store.
That looks fake.
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's right here though. It found it anyways. Good job, Google. It didn't say featured on here.
Okay.
But it does have a lot of ratings. It does have
that number of ratings though.
Yeah. They have a good record. I thought this was interesting. They flagged themselves as a non-trader. I don't know if that's legitimate.
A trader? What's a trader?
So I had to do a bunch of research on this a while back because we had to flag Floatplane as a trader. But I think that's because we receive payment. They don't receive payment, but if they are sending payment, I feel like they would still be a trader. And I feel like they're trying to get away from this because it notes on the end there.
What if they're sending payment, but they're not sending any to Russia or China? Are they still a trader?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, TRADER, to be clear. And it says, for consumers in the European Union, please note that consumer rights do not apply to contracts between you and this developer.
Chat knows what I want. Where's my ding? Oh. I'm like conditioned now. I'm the dog. I gotta.
You need your
I need my ding.
Yeah. You need
I'm
your
sorry, I
dopamine
missed your joke.
I didn't even think it was really like a joke.
I wasn't listening.
You were
Traitor.
playing on the word traitor,
Yeah.
but it was just like
That's
it's
classic
not, it's not
ding.
a,
That's classic ding.
Classic ding.
Classic ding.
You get a makeup ding.
Dan knows.
you get a makeup.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that feels good.
I'm sorry,
that
Linus.
feels good.
I took that from you.
Okay, what are we supposed to be talking about? What are you even talking about? Oh, traders, right? Trader Joe.
Sorry, Dan saying I'm sorry I took that from you was way too funny. Oh God, I took that from
I took it from you. I made it.
Okay, sorry. Oh man, extremely normal employee boss interactions.
Oh yeah. Jordan says, as soon as I started writing this topic, we couldn't get a Pi ad to come up no matter what we tried. Is Google watching the WAN doc? Hi, Google. No, probably not, Jordan. Probably they just paused their campaigns. Apparently, I've watched a couple of videos that I'm not sure if I was supposed to watch about like how bigger organizations who do a lot, like tens of millions of dollars a year of this kind of advertising work, and they are like cycling through creative. They're like cycling through campaigns at a rate that was already back then like unfathomable to me, like the size of the teams that would need to work on this. And now that you can have AI agents that would do this kind of stuff, I'm sure that it's 10x, 100x what it was before. It's pretty wild. So probably they just had a campaign paused and they were kind of working on just changeover or something.
This is not a topic, but there's a lot of really nefarious advertising going on right now, which is undisclosed advertising with fake AI creators talking about like life change stuff.
Change
stuff.
stuff.
One that I saw
like puberty. Are you going through the change? Do you have hair?
Yeah, it's very new
in places.
I haven't had it before. it's a lot to.
Do you want to talk about it?
That would help. You are the therapist now. Look at me. Okay, anyways, the one that I saw was one account that was constantly it was always women, but they're all different, and it was clearly not like a stories account. These were clearly just AI generated, and it would talk about how they moved to this new country to get away from whatever. And this current one was like, oh, I moved to, the one that I saw, I think was I moved to Poland, I'm pretty sure, to get away from the Trump administration. And I was happy with all these different things. And I learned that by law, you have to have a water filter, and my hair and skin has never felt better. And when I moved out of the place that I was in, I liked my water filter so much that I was going to take it. And then my landlord said, why don't you just look up this brand on Amazon? And I was like, wow, what a good tip. Undisclosed obvious ad, and every single post from this one account, because no one seems to look into it or care. The comments, by the way, the reason why I'm saying it's so nefarious, the comments, by the way, are all just fighting over political things. Nobody's pointing out this is clearly an AI generated content slop wrapped around an ad.
Did you click on any of the commenters? Do they seem to be human?
I didn't click on the commenters. But they're all just fighting about, Poland is this way because of whatever, Trump, blah, 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 something, blah, 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 whatever. It was all just political fighting.
I was reading about how brain rot seems to actually not be a figure of speech. Like, you know, how when our parents were kids, they said that, like, reading fiction was going to rot your brain. And then when the Gen Xers were kids, it was watching TV is going to rot your brain. And then for us, it was video games are going to rot your brain. But, like, no, really. Like scrolling through shorts
seems to be very
and stories and whatnot seems to actually rot your brain. Like they're measuring very, very different cognitive outcomes for younger kids. I think we talked about this recently, but the really remarkable thing, sort of having lived on the internet for my entire adult life, has been watching the intelligence of humanity go like this and the intelligence of bots go like this. And I feel like we are dangerously close to the meeting point or maybe even past it, where
for certain members of society, I think we're touching. Where
the best bots or even a mediocre bot seems a lot more like a rational human being than a lot of people I encounter online.
And part of the problem, there needs to be 2x speed on TikTok to double the brain rot. That hurts me. That hurts me so much. That causes me physical pain. Part of the problem is that they're all wrapped up in human disguises, I guess. And to have your deception detector running 100% of the time is not a thing most people do.
They're saying they're also saying that Gen Z is supposed to be the most gullible generation ever.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is on Politico. Basically, just talking through how the sources of information that they go to are so full of disinformation that they just have no. Some of them, obviously, not all. You guys watch the WAN show, so you know what's up. But yeah, well, anyway, the point
Free
is
therapy. Let's go.
But these platforms are so full of disinformation, and the test that they did was apparently it was about 3,000 students, and they showed them footage of like riders, or not riders, sorry, ballot box stuffers, and we're talking about sort of election fraud and voter fraud. And of the 3,000, 3 of them correctly identified that the footage was not in fact from America, but it was from Russia. 0.1%.
There must have been language in the footage.
No, there wouldn't be, because it's just like talking over it.
Text.
Oh, I don't know.
If you show a ballot box, there's got to be like writing on it, or a flag, or something. Anyway,
3 of them apparently thought to like reverse look up or Google it or just not take it for granted. I don't know, dude. It's kind of scary. And to be clear, I think that a lot of our audience, and as much as this is sort of for a really stupid reason, I think a lot of our audience is pretty well trained to look for multiple sources, because for us, choosing a component for our gaming rig is like really, really important. And as many problems as there are, tech coverage is still somewhat okay. Like, I don't think it's been polarized the same way that political coverage has. There's certain areas where I think there's a lot of that. I think on like the Apple versus Android side, things have devolved into the point where you can kind of not even really have a conversation.
Yeah, it's not so much that with consoles anymore. It's just depression.
Yeah. There's
they used to fight. Now they're just sad.
Yeah. So I really am not necessarily talking about our audience here. I've seen a lot of evidence over the years that our audience is a cut above the average YouTube, commenter. Because I read a lot of comments on our channel. I read a lot of comments on other channels, and I don't know how to say this any more tactfully than I'm about to say it. But the general population on YouTube is pretty fucking stupid, right? Whereas there's, other than a few outliers, it's usually pretty well-reasoned discourse on our videos by comparison. And I don't know, if you disagree, then by all means insult our audience.
The only reaction that I had wasn't that
I'm just their therapist. I'm not their friend.
Might be better. My reaction is that you're looking at YouTube as a whole. That might be a better reflection of like society.
Well, no, I know. That's exactly what I mean. That's why I'm saying like these issues with a lack of media literacy, not being able to tell the difference between someone with journalism credentials and someone who just claims that they're a journalist every once in a while but doesn't demonstrate any of the obvious care and attention to journalistic standards, right? Like not being able to tell the difference. I think the folks that are over here can probably tell the difference better than the general population.
Yeah. One thing that I've been wondering about, I've like actually been thinking of emailing, like trying to find a university that has a psychologist that might work on something like this, and email them and see if they'll get back to me. But I genuinely wonder how much of it is the physical repetition. Because you know how like people that get addicted to smoking, some of them will need a replacement for the physical act of smoking, not
Yeah,
just
sure.
the nicotine.
Yep.
And something that I've been wondering about is all of these apps work the same. Like it's the infinite scroll concept that you've actually pushed back on in the past, but the infinite scroll concept of like, Facebook works that way, Instagram works that way, Twitter works that way, Threads works that way, TikTok works that way.
Freaking everything works that way
is
now.
infinite scroll.
Dude,
so
you're trying to
thing on your phone.
You're trying to get some product information, dude.
Yeah.
And every website is designed for you to have to
Infinite
scroll forever to find any information about
I
a thing.
genuinely wonder how much of the addiction is just
going
doing
like this.
this forever.
Well-
Because people that will do this for 5 hours, which is not that much of an
I mean,
exaggeration.
there are like near idle games where you basically just like click a thing or tap a thing or
So your brain is barely functioning, and you're doing some form of physical input. And people will talk about how you come out of it like in a haze. You don't even remember what you were doing for the last amount of time or whatever. So like, how much of that is the old TV concept of
clicking through the channels?
like how much of this is
Surfing.
literally just you swiping your phone? Because it's weird to me how ubiquitous it is. There isn't any side-scrolling one. They're all the same thing. All the apps work the same way. And when you're like, oh, I should get off Instagram, and you load up Twitter, then you go do the same thing again. You're not actually escaping because they all act the same way. So they keep self-referencing.
Yeah, what is it about sliding our finger that is lower friction than tapping our finger? And I mean figurative friction. By the way, I want to make this abundantly clear.
Tinder's not the same.
We're not saying
And Tinder's not as popular anymore.
we're not saying we're like better than other people. I doom scroll. Loop doom scrolls.
There's doom scrolling.
We get
Doom scrolling happens.
We get caught in it too. We're just take this for what it is. Two fish caught in the net, talking to all the other fish in the net, going,
Yeah.
how the fuck did we get in this net? And what the fuck is up with this?
I'm very proactive about trying to set up tools to help me avoid it when I can. I will actively, like if I notice it starts to get bad with a certain app, I'll just remove it from my phone completely for at least a minimum period of time. I try to set up alarms, but sometimes those suck.
Yeah. And you can, oh man. See, I was thinking about this the other night, what the market would be, because it's the classic XKCD standards strip, right? Like, why do so many standards exist? Because everything else is imperfect, and there's so many different standards. We should just have one that's like the one standard to rule them all, and then you just have another standard, right? Okay, so I was thinking, like, realistically, the last thing the world needs is another Android skin. But that video on the Light Phone 3 that we did recently, which is like that super basic phone that just does calling and text, you can take pictures and send pictures, and that is it. I got like 700,000, 800,000 views or something like that. So there's clearly interest in dumb phones, but what people were really frustrated by with that particular phone was that like it's kind of useless. Like you can't pay for parking. You can't use it as a digital wallet. You can't send Wi-Fi messages, so you can't send messages on WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. Like it doesn't run apps. And I was thinking, like, if there was a justification for a new Android
Oh my God.
to exist. What's up?
No way.
Oh, you got a Pi ad when you wanted to look at the... Yeah, okay, there you go. How many views does it have? I can't remember.
The video,
Yeah.
924,000.
Yeah, even more now. So people are clearly interested in
People
this.
care, for
And I was
sure.
thinking that would be a justification for a new skin of Android or for a new handset maker to make a detox phone, but that actually has basic functionality. So like one of the things that you were talking about, setting alarms for like using apps, and you can do that on basically anything. You can say like, oh, I want to limit my screen time to 1 hour of this a day or whatever. But as far as I know, they all just let you click add more.
Yes, or dismiss or whatever. And another big problem that I have is this sameness between the apps. Because you can't do like, I'm going to limit my social apps to this amount of time. So, okay,
Right.
what? Do you do like 5 minutes? YouTube has scrollable shorts. Instagram has scrollable shorts. TikTok has scrollable shorts.
And a lot of creators upload to all of them anyway.
X has stuff. There's
they've got
so
lots of
many
stuff
different things. There's so many different things.
So much
it's-
stuff. They've got so much stuff. They're going to need more than one X pretty soon.
Maybe three. Yeah.
There we go. So, what about that? What about a phone where you literally have to have an accountability buddy who
I would love it.
keys in a pin, and when you set it, you actually cannot
Yeah,
look
amazing.
at Twitter again that day.
Amazing.
You can't.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because the only solution for me was literally to remove the apps from my phone.
Yep. So I did that with Twitter, and Twitter's still off my phone. It's been off my phone for quite a while now. But the problem that I have is like, I'll have a stupid app because one person that I know, that's the only way that they communicate. And then that app probably does other crap as well. And then I'll find myself just like accidentally diverted, and then oh whoa, how long just went by? And it's like, darn it. So sometimes you can avoid those things more easily. Sometimes you can't. It is what it is. But yeah, it sucks. I really want to figure out, and it would be cool to me if someone made a video on it. I don't know if it makes sense to be an LTT video or not, but like, what is the theory behind why this stuff is so addictive? I know like humans are generally addicted to information, and it's like absolute information overflow to be able to just scroll, and there's new stuff all the time. It's why scrolling on the TV was popular back in the day. But I think there's a physical element to it as well with the actual scrolling. I know there's a common perspective that comes up of like, oh, I'll just keep scrolling until I find one more good one. But then how do you define a good one? So then you end up just scrolling forever. There's all these little concepts to it. But it would be interesting to know. Because I haven't personally seen, addiction is to stimuli, not information, I think. I feel like we're going to get in trouble because we're talking about non-tech stuff that we don't know anything about, and then people are going to be like, you should have known every single possible fact about this, again, every time, by the way. But I thought it was both. But I don't know.
Cool. Why don't we talk about whatever it is we're supposed to be doing right now?
Let's do some announcements.
Oh, let's do announcements. So I would like to give a massive shout out to our team at MIBC, who's been handling the shipment side of the Shipstorm. They have managed to keep pace with the unbelievable demand that the free shipping on orders over $150 LTTStore.com promotion has generated. Shout out those guys. That is why the Shipstorm sale event has been able to be extended, because our concern, as I explained when we first launched it, was that if we didn't end it after a little over a week, I think was the original time frame, they would be so backlogged that we wouldn't be able to get things over the border before that May the 2nd deadline, when tariffs, I mean, at this point, may not, they could be this amount, they could be this amount. Who knows? But that was the date that we were working off of, and the numbers we were working off of indicated that pricing would have to go up quite significantly. Anyway, we were worried that that would be the last day we'd be able to ship stuff out, but they have kept up so incredibly that not only are we extending the Shipstorm sale event, but we actually have some new things to add to it. The power outlet is apparently what we're calling our B stock. So at the power outlet, you can get a great deal on open box and pre-owned goods.
That's a pretty good name. We
reduce waste, everyone wins. So we have open box backpacks. You can get a brand new one, but it's missing the box, for $179 USD. No cosmetic wear. You can get a used like new with minor cosmetic wear, and used A grade with moderate cosmetic wear. And we've got, oh, that one's sold out apparently. Oh, okay. All we have left is new boxes. Well, the point is, we
classic LTT store
introduced that deal. Oh boy. Well, hold on. There's got to be more, right? There's a used backpack between both of you to show off. Well,
nice.
We should probably get this to the shipment team so that they can put it up for sale, because apparently the rest of them are sold out.
Cool.
The least expensive tier apparently sold out really fast, followed by the like new tier the following day. Y'all blew us away. We still have some new open box ones available, so you can save about $70 on a brand new OG LTT backpack.
Here's a question.
Just note that these are OG backpacks with either the old style carabiner zipper or without carabiners and just regular YKK zips. Okay, sorry. What is that, sir?
It says boxless, but I'm assuming it's still going to come in a box.
I wouldn't assume anything.
Okay.
It might come in an envelope.
Oh,
Really big one.
wow.
I don't know.
I'd be impressed.
I'm sure it'll get there in one piece, and if it doesn't,
Good
contract
job,
support.
team.
We also brought back mystery screwdrivers, but with a twist. Basically, we're moving these screwdrivers so fast we don't have time to pack them, and also we're in a hurry because tariffs. Because we got to get them out before May 2nd, so we're giving you $20 off if you buy a screwdriver and included standard or knock to a bit set without the usual screwdriver box. So that's what makes it mystery. It doesn't have a box. All mystery screwdrivers will ship without a box. Look at that. We don't have time to pack these screwdrivers, blah, blah, blah. All sales are final will ship without a box. Possible colorways are knock to a beige or knock to a brown, but it is the same quality screwdriver. Okay, what else we got? Is that it for this?
Big Nerd Gaming!
Oh no, we have it?
Big Nerd Gaming alert.
Oh, we have Big Nerd Gaming. Okay.
Are you like Big Nerd Gaming?
If you watched Secret Shopper Part 1,
Hilarious.
we're pretty sure the guy on the phone said beginner gaming. But that's not as much fun as what we thought he said.
Big Nerd Gaming,
which is Big Nerd Gaming. So we can click here and we can see the design.
I'm going to be Big Nerd Gaming.
Dude, why is Sarah such a Chad? Because this looks awesome.
It looks great.
This looks so good. We are ready to go. Well, we're ready to go as soon as we ship these out by June the 27th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all orders containing this are expected to ship later. This is a print-to-order shirt, but
Sizing, no. I don't
super,
think so.
super exciting. I'm super excited. And finally, oh my God, cargo pants are back in stock. Cargo pants are back in stock.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Dang.
So we have different waist sizes. We don't have another inseam yet. So yeah, just the one, I guess. Yes. I think at some point we do want to add another one, but
still out of luck for me.
just waist sizes for now.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I got more shirts. I'm wearing one of my new tall shirts now. I will get pants eventually.
With so many new deals and items, we've extended free shipping to all orders over $150 until Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. This is likely going to be the last time we can extend this promotion, since we need to make sure that your orders get shipped out and get over the border on time. Make sure to take advantage of these deals and the free shipping before it's too late, especially if you're in the US. You can find it all at LTTStore.com. Great work from the team. They really pulled it together, getting some of these items, some of these restocks up on the site.
The Big Nerd Gaming was a Victor design.
Was it? Oh, he did a great job.
Fantastic work.
Oh, I gave credit to the wrong person. It was so good, I thought Sarah did it. Wow. Well, that is a high compliment indeed, Victor.
That's good stuff.
You might call yourself
victorious. That's my ding.
You stole that from me.
That's my ding.
You stole that from me. All right. What are we supposed to be doing now?
I don't know.
How about a merch message?
Sure.
He's so sad. Hi, DLL. I finally upgraded.
We should explain what merch messages are.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on.
I pirated your ding.
No, if you pirated it, I would still have it.
I privateered your ding.
No, because I would still have it. You stole it.
No.
You wouldn't download a ding.
Merch messages. Whatever, just go on the store and in the cart you can leave a merch message. Producer Dan will get it and he will forward it to me and Luke, or he will just not. It's quite possible that he just won't.
Yeah, you get nothing.
But you'll get your order in the mail anyway. All right, hit me.
Sure. Hi, DLL. I have finally upgraded my graphics card from a GTX 970 to a 9070 XT. Question: do you have any tips on an open world game for single player? Best regards from the middle of Sweden. It's 1 Celsius outside. 1C to
An
F.
open world single player game. I mean, okay, sure, I'll bite. Play Freelancer. It's not gonna push
Not gonna push that hardware.
Not gonna push your hardware, but it is a great underrated game.
That's cool. I like it.
That completely runs out of gas in the last 10% or so because they clearly ran out of budget. But boy, is it a hell of a ride up until that point.
That's sick.
Super great answer. Now we've got some Flowplane announcements and a couple others.
And he's going to say, how about Oblivion Remastered? There you go. Was that what you were going to say?
Morrowind.
Morrowind. Why not Morrowind Remastered? I don't know. If you haven't played it before, it's still good. Yeah, you could do that. I think modern with the updates and stuff, Cyberpunk is pretty sick. Try that out.
More announcements.
Oh, just one? What? No, we can't do more announcements. That's too many announcements. They can't. Announcements are like half the doc. We're just going to have to come back to announcements later.
I think we're supposed to do the floatplane one now.
I got to do the floatplane one. We can come back to the rest of them later.
Fine. If you're a big nerd gamer or a beginner gamer, get yourself an early screening of Secret Shopper Part 2 on Floatplane, which I am about to make live right now.
Why would we do this?
I'm about to make live right now.
Don't. It says don't share your screen.
It does? Linus?
Sorry.
Please share your screen.
What?
It says to share my screen and set the video to public. Don't read this out loud. I bet you read that out loud. Stop reading these out loud. Look, Luke, you literally can't follow instructions.
All right. Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, why not?
Okay. This was supposed to come out Sunday per our 48-hour early release advertisement. However, Bjorn the editor and Plouffe, who owns a monitor,
That's true.
pushed through and delivered it for you guys now.
Nice.
So be ahead of the YouTube viewers as they have to wait over 90 hours to watch episode 2.
Why does he want you to share your screen when you do it?
Why do you want to share your screen when you do things?
Are
you concerned about this
Yeah.
up here? Like, why does that matter?
We've just never shared this. It's probably fine. I've just never thought about it or looked at it.
Here's
exactly. See, Dan, that's what. Yeah.
Here's the Floatplane CMS.
I tried to cover it with something and I was too slow.
Just don't click
So we
anything
can
else.
do things
There you
here.
go.
You don't want me to click here? How dare you? Do you want me to click here?
No, just don't.
How about
click
here?
Over there. No.
How about legal agreement? Do you want me to click there?
No.
Should I click? Joe says, "Don't look."
Yeah, there's things you like.
Everyone close your eyes.
There's things that would be a major legal problem if you clicked on them.
I'm not gonna click those
I'm just
things.
saying.
I know how the CMS. Dan, give me my CMS back. Okay, public. Boop.
Oh, why take the risk? I don't know.
Life is about risk. Take risks or be boring forever.
That's true.
Boom. Save.
I don't think this was a
I don't think that
boring
worked.
thing, though.
Changes saved. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sure.
You don't upload things to the Floatplane.
Dude, I haven't done it in forever.
Yeah. You know what?
Haven't done it in forever.
Yeah. We added the changes saved thing just because people didn't trust us.
Well, yeah.
It was you.
Yeah. Good. You should.
It was fair feedback. It was fair feedback.
I want a confirmation that my changes are saved. Nothing else is good enough. I mean, if you grayed out the save, then we wouldn't have this problem because I would click save and it would stay grayed out.
Yeah, but the fade and then come back is indicating that
No,
it did
but I
a
haven't
thing.
changed anything. No, that's old. That's old meta if that was ever the meta. And the current meta is that I wouldn't be able to save if I haven't made a change.
Yeah, things on the
Yeah.
CMS don't keep up with current meta.
No, they really don't.
Things on the CMS keep up with. Does it work? Yeah.
People are saying it's not live
Leave it
yet.
alone.
It just
and
went live.
Chewy says, give it a minute.
Yeah, it takes
just
a sec.
He says, give it a minute. Give
It's
it
a
a minute.
global
God.
thing. This is one of the reasons why we don't want to show.
Ah.
The same thing happens on YouTube.
Yeah.
Is normal.
Yeah, why do you think 25 people type first? Surely, if that other comment was there, they would be smart enough to not type first.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show up for them. Or they're dumb.
Also, not everyone gets it at the same time. It has to.
No,
it
that's
has
what I'm
to-
saying. That's the
Yeah.
that's the point.
No, you said it doesn't show up for them.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the other comments. Because the other comments also might just not show
Yeah.
up. Because the comments and the video are on different.
He's all caught up.
Anyways, the first
Oh
one
my
is
god, we
hilarious.
need a doesn't know and we need a narcissist shirt.
Like separately
Yeah.
or
Like we
front
do
and back?
dual drops.
Oh,
We let people vote. We let them buy the narcissist shirt or the doesn't know shirt.
I wonder how many people would just walk around with a narcissist shirt. I feel like if
I'd have one of those.
if
Yeah.
like, I feel like if like what's a brand that would do this? What's some like really expensive
Louis Vuitton would just have a purse that just says narcissist all over.
That's my point.
They would
I feel like
not.
they
It would be
might.
an artist collab.
I feel like they might.
There is,
But I feel like it would be
way.
more like a streetwear brand.
No way.
Like a streetwear X something collab where it just said narcissist on it.
People are giving suggestions in float plane chat. I don't know if any of these are valid, but they're saying Supreme, Balenciaga,
Balenciaga, I feel like would do it.
Off-White, Marc Jacobs.
It'd be a micro print, and it would cost like $1,000 a foot.
No. It would just be made in China, and then they would just tell everyone that it costs $1,000.
Already says Vetmans would do it. I don't know. I don't know any of these
I don't
brands.
even know who that is. Because I don't know.
Nick owes you a email about the shirts.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause there's no way Kanye would do it. That would involve admitting that he's a narcissist. I don't think any
I
actual
feel like
narcissist
Kanye would just sell
would.
a shirt that said Kanye on it, and it's effectively the same thing.
Very good, sir. Very good.
Big narcissist gamer.
Or with a
shirt.
particular symbol, but we won't. Well, we can. We got merch messages.
What kind of car would he drive, Luke? Why don't you tell me? No, don't tell me.
Okay.
Guys, no.
I could.
Okay.
Anyways, merch messages. I think we need merch messages.
Yeah, hit me with a merch
Two
message.
more, I think.
Jeebus.
One more? I don't know. One more.
Hello, LDL.
Yeah.
Linus, how happy were you with your Qualcomm laptop? Need a new laptop for traveling and light photo and video processing? Block ads, buy merch at LTTStore.com.
It was okay. I'm actually not on it right now. Man, it is a dude. Did you check out the framework short circuit by any chance?
No.
So investment in framework disclosure, the Dell that we used as our battery life comparison was insane. No, but like insane. Are you checking it out right now?
I am.
Okay, see if you can find the battery life. See if you can find the battery life comparison. Blah blah blah. Unboxing. Yeah, but dude. This actually blew my mind. Okay, our battery life test, for whatever reason, is a little unforgiving, right? Like we always, literally always, test lower than what the manufacturer advertises.
And that's
which
fine as long as our test is consistent.
Yeah, it raises serious questions for me about what exactly it is that manufacturers are testing, because like there's only so many things that you can disable. We're already in battery saver mode. We're already at 200 nit brightness. Like, what are you guys even doing?
We're doing 1080p playback the entire time.
Disable your
doing
Bluetooth,
that.
disable your Wi-Fi. Like, come on. What are you even talking about here?
They're
Anyway.
probably trying to simulate a balanced workload.
Anyway, the point is we got it in the chamber. We're doing battery saver mode, 1080p playback over Plex. 16 hours? That's incredible.
It's wild.
Why would I need a Qualcomm?
That's a pretty good point.
Raises serious questions for me. It's not that I didn't like the Qualcomm. It's not that I didn't enjoy my time with the Snapdragon X. It's just that if like are the current gen Intel mobile chips low key really, really, really good?
It's a Pro Premium. How expensive is this laptop? Dell Pro 14
That one's really
Premium.
expensive.
Yeah.
But a big part of why that one is so efficient is that it's using that chip. And I think Dell
Right.
also does some really cool things with their display for optimal efficiency.
These are not cheap laptops.
I mean, Snapdragon X is not cheap either, but that is more expensive. That's like probably starting at around $2,200 or something like that. Yeah. No. Dan told us to do more topics.
My mic wasn't live,
And we're
so
gonna tell
you're
him no.
just crazy.
That's why I cut
you
them up.
trying to take control of the show, Dad?
That's my job, Luke. You made me to do here.
Okay, what are we supposed to be doing? Intel.
I just said.
Speaking of Intel, they're having a bit of a classic Coke moment. Intel just dropped a new 200S Boost BIOS profile for their Arrow Lake CPUs, like the Core Ultra 9 285K, letting you safely overclock without killing your warranty. Early benchmarks from Der Bauer indicate that it can boost gaming performance by anywhere from 4 to 19%. But here's the twist. For laptops, most people are still buying older Raptor Lake chips, 13th and 14th gen, because they're cheaper. And on the desktop, nobody seems to give a hot gosh darn about the limited AI uses for the new chips and therefore the new chips at all.
I think that's for laptops.
Oh, for laptops. Wait, what? Why are we talking about laptops? For crying out loud. Okay, well, whatever. The point is that No one's buying Intel's latest chips. Meanwhile, CEO Lip Bhutan announced undisclosed layoffs, but prior to that, Bloomberg cited internal sources claiming as much as 20% of Intel's workforce could be laid off in an effort to drive greater simplicity, amongst other sweeping cultural changes at Intel. Intel's also facing unexpected production shortages for its older Intel 7 process node as demand for these more affordable chips continues to be strong.
20% of the workforce is like 20,000 jobs.
So, okay, some of the stuff that I had kind of put in, maybe didn't make it entirely into the doc, but basically, yeah, the Intel, right. I remember what I wanted to do. So I wanted to go on, a site like Amazon, okay? Amazon top selling CPUs, and see how deep we have to go in this list to find anyone who's buying these desktop Core Ultra 200 series chips. Is anybody buying these things? Crystal asked, what's a Coke moment? A new Coke
classic moment.
Yeah, Coke classic, new Coke. So back in, I think it was the 80s, Coke released new Coke, and everyone hated it. And then they got rid of it, and they brought back Coca-Cola Classic. That's why it says classic, because that's just like what it was before or something, but also with corn syrup now. So I don't know, whatever. The point is Coke Classic, and then sales skyrocketed. So there's like kind of a conspiracy theory that they made new Coke suck on purpose so that they could increase sales of Coke Classic. I'm not sure if I subscribe to that, but...
it feels like 17D chess. I don't know.
Yep. Apparently new Coke was terrible. I never tried it.
Let's dramatically risk the entire company for a crazy move.
Okay, so...
It happens, but damn.
Here we go. We finally reached an Intel chip at number 8. It is a 12th gen. At number 9, we have another Intel chip, a 14th gen processor. More Ryzen. We have a 13th gen at number 14th place. We have a 14th gen at 16th. We have a 14th gen at 18th. Okay, we're at number 25 is a MikroTik switch of some sort. Core Ultra 7 265K at 29th place. To be clear, they're still selling a few of these things. It's got 188 reviews, which is something. But when we compare that to, like the 1200F, a chip that clearly, used to be a little higher with 1,400 reviews, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, folks. 100 reviews on the Core Ultra 9 285K, just 37 on the 245K. Clearly, people do not care about these things. Thousands.
It's a lot of AMD at the top.
On chips that people actually buy, like the 7800X3D. Like here, let's find something. Oh wow, this is embarrassing. The 9950X. Okay, this is an almost $800 CPU. Is outselling Intel's current gen like value gaming chip, the 265K. It's not even close. That's embarrassing. More performance, with overclocking or whatever, BIOS boost, 200S boost profile. Great, but it just doesn't seem like enough. It seems like Arrow Lake is just dead in the water at this point. We're on the US site. Or I think so. Wait, did it go to .ca? I hate it when it does that.
Forces you?
I hate it when it does that. Yeah. No, this was my fault. I clicked the wrong thing. I did click a .ca link. That's my bad. Well, anyway, still, my point stands. All right.
Sucks to suck.
Noki asks, do you think the Ultra CPUs were made on purpose for laptops, but had to release them as desktop variants to satisfy a quota of some sort? I mean, that's basically, as far as I can tell, been what's driven Intel's CPU development since they released like Core. And that was back in like the mid 2000s, was they recognized that power efficiency was going to matter a lot. And then the only times that they have sort of deviated from that are when they like sucked. and had to juice up power just to get performance decent. They've been very mobile first for 20 years.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. Don't forget about server. But that's the funny thing is like Enthusiast Desktop is this one kind of little island of not caring about power consumption in a sea
definitely does.
of server caring about per core power consumption a lot and mobile caring about per core power consumption a lot. So we just get whatever's kind of left over.
We're also like the worst market for them out of those three, probably, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, the most vocal and cranky and least loyal. Like you look at mobile and enterprise, right? Like they just have regular hardware refreshes that they just buy, and they don't feel like validating another vendor. I mean, that's how Intel has managed to be behind in server performance for years at this point, but still maintain greater than 50% market share until I think it was just like 1 quarter ago or something like that. There's more to it than just that, but a big part of it is once you're bought into an ecosystem, you just reorder it. You just get the new one. Well, good luck, Intel. Chrome might be for sale.
Yeah, and I don't know if I love the list of people on the buyers. Where's our article for this?
It's at the top. Why don't you go ahead and do it?
Since Google was ruled a search monopoly in last August, the Department of Justice is now seeking a plethora of penalties, including forcing Google to sell Chrome. OpenAI is 100% interested in the browser, promising an AI-first experience that editorialization on the side. We all definitely want. Everyone wants that. People have been begging for that for sure. We all for sure.
I love how when I click in a Google Doc and I just try to position my cursor at the top, it opens up AI bullshit.
It's like, hey, can I help you with this? Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, that one, everybody gets one, right?
How could you possibly help me with this? I haven't started typing yet. It's a document. It's not even a response to an email. It's a document.
We're all super excited about this. Thank you very much, OpenAI. I think actually this would be great if you did this. Please, actually, you know what? Maybe it's good if they do, because then other browsers might do it.
Hold on. Maybe it doesn't do it in the document. Maybe it only does it in emails.
I'm pretty sure it does it in the document.
I swear it does too.
Maybe there needs to be content already in the document.
Is it just because we're on G Suite?
No, it does it for my Google Sheets as well.
Yeah, it does it in the document. Might be because you don't have content in there yet or anything. I'm not sure. But anyways, maybe they do this and then everyone hates it and other people use other browsers and that might be good for the world or something. We'll see. But anyways, they're 100% interested in the browser.
Dude, no. Yeah, I have help me write and generate document. They show up right at the top when I have entered nothing into this document yet. Because that's what bothers me. I'm not actually that bothered by AI assisting tools as long as I can just ignore them because I don't really personally need them. But if I have not entered anything in the document yet, what could you possibly be hoping to autocomplete? Generate document, help me write, templates, and more.
To be fair, I can defend
I'm going to generate a document.
Actually.
No, I'm going to generate a document.
I can defend that, yeah.
Generate document.
Yeah, it's a wizard. That's why it's able to help.
Oh, well, I hate it.
Because it's supposed to help people with writer's block. That's why it's still there, even if there's nothing on the screen.
But they already have the templates button.
The thing that drives me nuts is...
No, this is stupid. No, I maintain it's stupid. Generate document asks me if I want to do, party planning? Hold on, what does it have? Do I want to do party planning, a newsletter, a planning document?
It's a wizard. It doesn't just stop there.
To launch new strawberry and matcha whatever?
Yeah, do it.
No, I won't.
You want that for sure.
I don't want it.
You want strawberry matcha
Okay,
whatever.
I got templates. Meeting notes, account plan,
which is
blog
not
post,
a wizard.
Business proposal.
They're different things. I don't like it either, but they're different things. The thing that drives me nuts is that all those options are in line with your cursor at the top of the screen.
Oh yeah, because I can't click. Get out of the way.
It's so annoying. Anyway,
like I don't even mind this up here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, fine, whatever, be there. But, you know what? That's probably it. I just don't have it activated. There we go. That's the problem. Oh, God, you're going to make me pay? Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I do pay for it. Pay for it on my stupid work account. Do we have to keep G Suite forever?
You don't pay for it.
Oh, Linus Media Group Incorporated does. Sorry.
No.
We don't pay for Gemini?
No, we had to. We got into a little bit of a Luke interacts with sales employees at large companies moment. And we had some back and forths, and they didn't give us as much of a discount on our G Suite thing as we had last year because they were really trying to push us to pay for the AI thing, but we did not pay for AI tools. And they were very pushy about why, and I told them, and then we're good.
They were pushy about why?
They're like, why they're so helpful? Why don't you want the AI tools? And I was like,
because
they're
them.
Trash. They're so bad.
Well, like, it's not even like so bad.
I didn't say
just,
trash.
They're in the way.
Yeah,
I am
not
trying
good.
to get work done.
They're invasive. They're often not helpful yet. Blah 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 blah. Maybe it's a thing in the future, but it's not right now. And it's really expensive per employee. So like getting the actual value out of that when there are so many free tools out there that take almost no additional lift and are a lot of cases better. Gemini's doing well right now, but I mean whoever's winning the race is constantly changing. Anyways, OpenAI is interested in buying Chrome.
Cool.
They also they'd even just buy access to Google's search index, with an exec stating in an email that was revealed in the trial, "We believe having multiple partners, and in particular Google's API, would enable us to provide a better product to users." OpenAI has reportedly considered buying its own Chromium-based browser, hiring former Google developers Ben Goodger and... Oh, wow. And Darren Fisher, who helped bring Chrome to market. Yahoo, of course. Why not?
Yeah. Does Yahoo still exist? How does Yahoo still exist? I don't understand.
Who knows?
Like, who's...
I feel like that would be a wild company to work for.
Every once in a while, I end up on like Yahoo Finance because I need to see like the history for a particular stock ticker or whatever.
Actually.
Yeah. Who is using Yahoo?
I don't know. Yeah, see, someone said Yahoo Finance is great. Yeah, it's like the one thing people seem to care about. I still have
Yahoo email. My dad uses their email.
Anytime I see anyone with a Yahoo email, I have a really strong like throwback moment. Like, wow, like you just have really just dealt with that for a long time, haven't you? Like, dang.
That's not what you were going to say at all. We all know what you were going to say.
No, they're a very strong person.
Because
they have dealt with.
We all know what you were going to say. Why don't you just say it?
They considered the impact on everyone in their life. Why don't you just say it? If they changed emails and how they might be harder to contact, so they just stuck through it and kept using it. It's good. It's good. They're
very strong person.
I'm impressed.
Tears streaming down their face.
Anyways, Yahoo's looking to run its own browser because why not? Either through developing or buying one. Yahoo Search General Manager Brian Probst estimated Yahoo's search market share could jump from 3% to double digits if they're able to buy Chrome.
Wow, double digits.
I would hope it would jump to double digits if you buy Chrome.
Isn't that just saying that we're going to use the Chrome browser to advantage our own search product exactly the same way that Google's doing it? Am I missing something here?
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm missing something here.
Wasn't there a South Park episode about this? Walmart, Jim's Drugs. It's just going to happen to Yahoo.
Yeah. Honestly, also, Yahoo estimating that they have 3% market share seems stunning to me. I don't know if that's true.
I mean, how much of the population of the world is Japan? Because doesn't Japan use Yahoo?
Right.
Or something?
I forgot that might be a thing.
Handyman says Google is a monopoly, others are not. But the thing is that, like, the same behaviors that turn you into a monopoly are like just as wrong when you're not the monopoly, but while you're building toward being a monopoly, that's like kind of the whole idea of antitrust.
There's been a little talk of spinning off Chrome into its own independent company, as Google has contended that Chrome can't survive on its own. There's been little talk, not there has been a little talk. Perplexity actually agrees and would rather Google keep Chrome instead of being forced to sell it to another company like OpenAI. Perplexity is a competitor to OpenAI, just to be clear. However, if a sale is forced, Perplexity would be down to buy Chrome as well. Obviously, they probably just don't have the...
I'd be down to buy Chrome if I could afford it. We should get... We should get all YouTubers together
We can make our own browser if you want.
and buy Chrome.
Surprisingly easy.
We should just buy Chrome.
Nice. Why?
If every one of our viewers contributed $1, YouTubers could buy Chrome from Google, and then we could own Chrome.
Why?
Because Chrome is what you use to watch YouTube.
Okay. But you can watch it on other browsers.
If you are a dinosaur and you're not already watching on your phone or your TV or Firefox.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
People don't watch YouTube on Firefox. They watch Floatplane on Firefox.
So we'd only be buying it for like millennials that are still using computers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, to buy their airplane tickets. No, that's a thing.
No, I agree.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Do not make me buy airplane tickets on a phone, dude.
No, I can't.
I will go on a computer.
I can't. We were shopping for Yvonne's getting a new car. And
big purchases need big screen.
We were shopping for it, and I was trying to look at it on the phone, and it's fine, but I can't compare.
Yeah.
I need to compare.
Yeah.
So we ended up at her desktop with the nice big ultra-wide monitor, with the spreadsheet, with all the links.
You were talking earlier in the show about how Gen Z is much more gullible. Is this part of why the tools that they have don't naturally lend themselves to like comparisons?
And maybe they're just not accustomed to making comparisons. I could kind of see that. Like the friction to make a comparison on desktop. I mean, we've had AeroSnap on Windows
almost
for
non-existent.
Like 20 years
the
or whatever,
computer almost
right?
wants you to do it.
Yeah, you take your one thing and you throw it on the one side, you take your other thing, you throw it on
And
the
your
other
computer's
side.
like, yeah.
And you make comparisons.
I got
Whereas
this for you.
phones,
No, it sucks.
Yeah,
it's a
sucks.
bad experience.
Terrible.
Switching tabs in your browser and your phone sucks.
Unless you have Samsung DeX.
oh, come on. That's a very high friction to go take your phone somewhere and plug it into something. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I
reposition
mean,
your
I'm not
windows
being
and-
serious.
I
Yeah.
see.
But you should be serious about our sponsors.
Yeah, BBBB99 says split screen on a phone is awful. It really is. Like,
Nice try.
it's one of those things that I basically ignored anytime I was reviewing a phone.
Yeah, it
'Cause
sucks.
I just don't use it. Like, what? I want an even smaller screen? You got to be kidding me.
Cool. I can look at the tire on this one car and the tire on this other car and compare it that way.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good point. Yeah, and like, no, Ados in Floatplane chat says, no, they're just lazy. People don't want to self-educate anymore. I don't think that's it. I think they are self-educating. So we're trying to figure out, like, what is you've identified the disease, but we're trying to figure out, like, what infected them.
Yeah.
Like, where did this
What led to
disease come
this?
from? Why? Apparently there is Dex Wireless. Okay, you could do that. But
You're still just sitting at a computer. It's not the point.
and the habit of whenever you do things.
Look what
and
you've done.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
The issue is that they don't have the habit of going and sitting down at a computer to do something. So they're not going to do that regardless of whether it's sitting down at Samsung Dex or sitting down at a gaming desktop or whatever else.
Yeah.
It's just that was our habit. When we needed to do something, when we needed to buy something online, we would go to the computer. And so it's just ingrained in us. I can buy things online, and I'll if I'm just grabbing some like hooks for my wall to hang things in my garage, whatever. I'll just find the first thing, because it doesn't make much of a difference if I pay $3 for it or $5. Like, yeah, on one of them I'm paying 66% more, but I don't care. I'm making a quick decision. Okay, I found this. It ships into. Okay, boom, done. Google Pay, done. Right, but for something like you said, flights, vehicles, houses, I'm at my desktop. I gotta be, and that's just like not a thing for the younger generation apparently. So good luck on your sale of Chrome, Google. Our discussion question: is consumer welfare really the best lens to look at antitrust through if breaking up Google only results in different bazillion-dollar companies turning surveillance capitalism up to 11?
Yeah, it is interesting that it's like
right
extremely ethically gray AI companies and Yahoo, for some reason, are the only ones seemingly jumping on this.
I mean, yeah, who would want to own all your browsing data other than someone who wants to capitalize on it, right? Like, there's no good guy is going to want Chrome And
Yeah, you're not going to make a pricing model for Chrome itself.
like that was my point with the YouTubers buying it and him being like, why? And that's exactly it. Why?
Yeah.
There's no reason unless you just like want to own the internet and own internet standards and all of that.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to be doing right now, Mr. Dan? Oh, sponsors. The show is brought to you by Dennis. Vessi. I wear sandals all the time, but our sponsor Vessi wasn't having it. So they sent Dennis to my house to uncover the truth behind my sandal obsession. It took him over 20 seconds to put on my sandals. Meanwhile, he can slip right into a pair of Vessis. Maybe the sandals can keep your socks dry? Nope. Another point for Vessi. Style? Well, here I think the winner's obvious. Vessi has all kinds of styles. Sneakers, slip-ons, boots, and more. Oh, and their weekend sneakers? Dennis's favorite travel shoes. He's worn them everywhere, from strolling through Thailand to racking up 20,000 steps a day in Tokyo. With a thicker, cushioned midsole and a relaxed fit, they'll have your feet feeling like it's the weekend all year round. Visit Vessi.com/WAN show for 15% off your first pair at checkout and start exploring with confidence. The show is also brought to you by Squarespace. You don't have to be Mr. Leather Jacket to build something powerful.
That's amazing.
Our sponsor, Squarespace, gives you the tools to make launching a business a breeze, even if it's just your side hustle. Instead of dragging your feet on coding a site, you can literally drag and drop the designs with our sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform. You can set up invoicing, marketing, scheduling, and more. And you can even check out their new AI website builder. It helps to simplify your design process by providing custom design suggestions, text, and images, and they have tons of beautiful layouts and styling options, so you can always find one that fits your needs and will look great on any device. They also support all major credit cards and many other popular payment methods. It's so easy. We built our website on Squarespace too. LinusMediaGroup.com. There it is. Look at that. So start building your site today and get 10% off your first purchase by visiting squarespace.com/WAN. Finally, the show's brought to you by Notion. Is your chief of vision not seeing what you're seeing? Okay. Our sponsor, Notion, keeps your work docs organized and in sight, so you're never short on clarity. Notion combines your notes, docs, and projects into one space that's simple and beautifully designed. It's the place to connect teams, so you're always on the same page. The fully integrated Notion AI assistant helps you work faster, write better, and think bigger, doing tasks that normally take you hours in just seconds. You can even automate tedious tasks like summarizing meeting notes or getting insights from PDFs and images. With Notion, you don't need to bounce between 6 different apps. It's seamlessly integrated with Google Drive, Slack, GitHub, and more. Notion is used by over half of Fortune 500 companies, helping teams stay on the same page by reducing emails, cutting unnecessary meetings, saving time searching for work, and lowering costs on extra tools. Try Notion for free when you go to notion.com/WAN. That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/WAN to try the powerful and easy to use Notion. It also isn't all lowercase because, like, it would also just work if it wasn't, right? So there's that. I don't know why they asked me to clarify that. It's been a very long time, I think, since any browser has been case sensitive.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What else you want to talk? You want to talk about Oblivion? Or did you kind of already? Or like, what's your dealio there?
We can. There's more announcements. How do we want to deal with that?
Yeah, why not?
Oh no, we already. Guys, we have to do actual topics at some point. Why are you pressuring me?
Let's talk about Oblivion then.
Okay, I have to pee.
Where's the... Bethesda shadow drops the Oblivion remaster, and everyone liked that. Kind of. There's some sources here from GameSpot and PC Gamer. A lot of places have talked about this. The notes say, like an arrow to the knee of my free time, the Oblivion remaster was announced and released with one trailer and 2 game engines, which I'll explain in a moment. It got over 150,000 concurrent players on Steam on the first day, despite having effectively no advertising, and also despite the fact that it is free on Game Pass. Reddit/r/Oblivion Abominations has gone wild with all of the characters that people are making. Oh, yes. Oblivion character creator is fantastic. Wow. Someone made Pot of Greed.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Oh, nice. Squidward. Let's go. Ooh. Anyways, good stuff. Oblivion's great. Bethesda also gave free keys to the entire Skyblivion dev team. It says in here to make them feel a little less sad about wasting years of their lives. Many years of their lives. Also, someone posted this, which honestly, I didn't. I might this weekend, but I didn't. The literal first thing that I heard about it, that wasn't just a rumor, was that NPCs didn't have schedules anymore. And what I really liked back in the day was being a sneaky little thief guy and stealing everything. And my favorite quest chains were the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild. And by far my favorite quest chain in Morrowind was, in regards to the factions, was the Thieves Guild. Without schedules, I was like, what the heck? And then somebody corrected that for me, and apparently they do have schedules. So I don't know where that rumor came from, because once I first heard that, I looked it up and found it, quite a few people saying it, but they do seem to have schedules. I think the confusion there might be tied into that one trailer, two engines comment that was made, because the UE5 engine is just dealing with the graphics. The game logic is still being ran by, what is it called? Gamebryo? I think it's Gamebryo, the engine that was originally used for Oblivion, which has created, in my opinion, a pretty fantastic result, actually, because I was very standoffish. First of all, I'm even with it being out now, and now I do own it, I was much more interested in, and still am much more interested in, the Skyblivion project that's still coming this year. And I'll probably be diving in more so to that. I'm going to dabble with this remaster, but I don't know if I'm going to fully try to beat the game or anything. And I'll be more interested in the Skyblivion remaster. There was a bunch of things that put me off. There's the schedules thing. I heard that in the EULA they talked down on mods, but apparently they're not against mods at all. And Nexus mods, I believe, already has I think Barrington was saying last night that they already have hundreds of mods for the game, and it's been out for days.
I've heard a lot of them are drag and drop, because it's the same core engine in a way.
That makes so much sense.
So it should be a little more approachable than something like...
Oh.
I think SE took a while to get in because it was slightly different. And then Skyrim VR also was very difficult, if I remember.
Yeah, so there's 529 mods already, which is pretty wild. And there's some things that is kind of broken. I couldn't go to 1440p. I already clicked away from it. And now it's on steak.
Why are you on steak?
I must have clicked an ad.
I thought you were a vegetarian. Gambling vegetarian.
I eat unknown mushrooms or something. Anyways, but apparently there's an INI fix that you can use to solve that and stuff. But anyways, it seems cool, and something that I really appreciate about it is that it has the same quirks that it used to have, because the underlying engine is still Gamebryo, despite UE5 taking over the visualization stuff. There's some funk on how the color palette and lighting works is different and more tame than the original Oblivion, because the original Oblivion was
bloom up the butt.
Everywhere, and everything's glowing
That's
all
a
the
good
time.
thing.
So if you want that back, you can mod that back in. I think the game probably looks better.
I washed more than just my hands. I washed my whole arm. Here, check it out.
You did?
Yep.
Why? Cool. But yeah, it seems cool. I am still more interested in Skyblivion, and I recommend that you guys still look forward towards that project, and maybe don't tap yourself out on the remaster, because Skyblivion, in my opinion, just looks better. That team is being very gracious right now, I think. They've made multiple posts about
Thank you for not shutting down our project that we've been working on for years. We will never make fun of your games again, even though they are trash. Well, they used to be good.
This one was.
Some of the newer ones are not as good, but thank you so much. Also, are you ever going to do a new Elder Scrolls game? Remaking Oblivion doesn't really count. That's what we were doing.
They did have an outside studio did the work on this. Virtuous. I think it's Virtuous. Was that?
Linus found a quarter in the toilet.
Something like that.
That would be a great reason.
But yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I think there's a lot of people going with the this is an example of how new games suck now. And
Oblivion kind of sucks. It's literally the original horse armor.
It is the original. There's new horse armor. That was the other reason why I didn't exactly want to jump on it right away, was that they sold horse armor again. I don't know. Did you see this?
No.
Oblivion Remastered. So if you look at the Steam page, hold on. Whoop, this is not lying. Let's go. If you go to the Steam page and you scroll down, they make it look like the deluxe edition is needed for the expansions.
Oh, interesting.
Because you go up here and you're, okay, I'm buying Oblivion Remastered.
Yeah.
I scroll down. It doesn't say up here, like, it includes the expansions, by the way.
Or buy the deluxe. Oh
and
my God.
They want these two options.
They want $50 for this game?
It's a lot.
Or is it less than that? Is it 40?
I think it's less than that.
45? I don't know, whatever it is.
Either way. You scroll down, you see this, and this is the first time that I saw Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine mentioned at all, personally. But no.
Huh.
So I was like, okay, so if I want Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine, I have to buy horse armor, effectively.
Hilarious.
That sucks. So I refused to buy it originally, because I was just like, there's no way. I'm not doing that. No chance. Turns out the base game does have the expansions, but a ton of people didn't even know that, because this is super misleading. So bought the deluxe edition, effectively just buying some armor, some weapons, and horse armor, along with an art book and a soundtrack.
Technically, what they're saying is true. The deluxe edition does include the expansions.
Yeah, it does.
So this is...
They just don't point out, like...
And digital deluxe content technically is some armor, weapons, and horse armor. Everything they say is true.
To me, there's a lot of misleading stuff about this.
No, I'm not saying it's not misleading. I'm just saying it is technically factual.
In the border, I know they say digital deluxe content on the right, and then over here it says includes, but the border around the base game is different than the border around the other two things.
100%.
Like it really feels like it is. And then I don't think... Yeah, like under here, you look at what it includes, and it details the base game, and then way separate from that, it says Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions.
It really does.
And it's just, I don't see it mentioned anywhere else that it does include those in the base game. So that was another reason why I held off. But then I figured out that,
cray-cray.
Yeah, it was just misleading, but it does include it. So no, I didn't get the digital deluxe, because screw that noise, I'm not buying horse armor.
How will your horse be armored? The funny thing about horse armor in the game, and one of their justifications for it, was that it is, in fact, purely cosmetic. It does not, in fact, armor your horse.
And your horse can get attacked.
Yes, very much so. Your horse can become very unalived.
Literally doesn't help you. They states all DLC was included in their presentation when they shadow dropped it. So this is piss poor self-education. That's a hilarious take, in my opinion, because you're now saying that everyone that should buy this has to watch their presentation.
That is a comically bad take.
Which is actually hilarious, and not how like people work or really anything works. That's brutal.
Whiskey Nerd, we love you. Thank you for subscribing to Floatplane, but that is a terrible take.
And again, I did end up figuring out how it worked and did end up buying it. So I think the self-education was fine.
It just shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous, but it's doing super well. They have tons of players, and I think they should be happy. I am at least partially holding back for the Sky Oblivion version, which I will be very excited about.
I had to put my ointment back on.
Nice,
so
that's why you
washed off the residue.
I knew, because I saw it on you earlier, but I was prepping you to... Anyways, it's fine.
My ointment.
Aha, I got him! LMG Sammy, I bought the deluxe edition because I thought the horse armor meme was funny, and I wanted the cool armor, but I don't know how to get it. It's a quest,
Wait, what?
Sammy. My goodness.
Sammy.
I thought you bought it for the expansions.
Yeah, that was not the
That was not what I thought
vindication
it was.
that you thought it was.
Actually just more sad.
Maybe you just didn't self-educate on what Sammy said.
That's true. I didn't finish reading it before I reacted.
Classic influencer.
My bad.
That's why everybody fucking hates them.
It's worse, though. What he said is like just actually worse, I think.
I know. I don't know what to do with him.
How do you spend more money on a company?
On the one hand, he does a great job.
He does.
On the other hand,
He
he's
does.
definitely going to come to softball night this year, and I fucking hate that. Dude, he's infuriating.
Why is that?
He's just it's like he's trying to make me lose. It's softball. I want to win. Softball is very competitive. Company softball events.
Is this because he goes on your team too much and he's bad, or is it because he's really good and he goes on the other team?
He's a pure agent of chaos. Like he ran over Ariana.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Literally like plowed her
Bowled
over.
right through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you never want to plow
Saw
the head
a
of
person
HR.
in the way. Wasn't in that much of a hurry, realistically. Well, he was, but didn't need to be. I never lost. Is he flawless win rate?
I don't believe him.
Has he only been there once?
I don't believe him. No, he's been there more than once. Oh no, yeah, he comes pretty regularly. Sammy, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. By the way, Chewy's organizing a batting cage thing. Get in touch so that maybe you'll actually hit something this year. It'll be great. We'll have fun. He said, I might not go this year, lol. What are you, weak?
Oh.
I'll see you there. All right. Okay, what else we got?
Plenty of things.
Oh, we do need a ding emote. We need a bell.
Emote?
Yeah, how do we not have a ding emote in the floatplane chat? What, does your team not like doing work or what? Sorry, I'm just feeling kind of aggressive right now.
They are doing work. They're doing work on things we can't talk about.
Oh, like what?
Good stuff.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Dude, this week was kind of awesome. I don't know if we've revealed this yet, but whatever, I'm going to do it. We shot a collab with Kitboga. That was so much fun. There's going to be videos on both of our channels. I'm not going to give away anything about them, but it's with Kitboga, so you can imagine that it's going to involve...
Put one or two things together there.
Scammers and computers and...
Fantastic videos.
Messing with scammers with computers, something along those lines. Yeah, no, dude, we had the entire production team, including ourselves, because fortunately, there's no video, right? So we don't even have to keep a straight face. We had the entire room just in stitches multiple times, to the point where we had to mute our microphones because it was just some of the outlandish stuff that happens. It's going to be great.
That's good.
And then I've got another collab upcoming where we're going to be working with Badminton Insights. So they're a big badminton channel. Big week for collabs. Big week for collabs. It's awesome. What are we supposed to be talking about? Microsoft publicly rolling out recall to consumer CoPilot Plus PCs again, along with improved Windows search and click to do. Microsoft is launching recall, no, really for real this time, via a Windows update to all CoPilot Plus PCs. It is available now via the April 2025 Windows non-security preview update. It's being accompanied by an improved AI-powered Windows search interface, because that's what the Windows search interface needed, and a new click-to-do feature, which is similar to Google's Circle to Search. Recall was originally supposed to launch in June of last year, but was delayed following concerns brought up by security researchers, and there were many. They have spent 10 months overhauling some of the security of Recall, part of which is making it an opt-in experience. Okay, that's good. That's actually very good. The database is also now encrypted and attempts to filter sensitive data by default. I thought it was supposed to do that. Maybe it's just better at it. None of these improvements help third parties who may be communicating with someone who has Recall enabled, such as via chat, email, etc., however. Alongside Recall, you can now use Windows Search with natural language queries. So if you're looking for an image of a brown dog but can't remember the file name, you can just ask for brown dog, and then it will bring up a web search for brown dog, I suppose. Click to do is also available, letting you highlight text or images and have AI interact with them. The description makes this sound almost like AI-powered right-click, right? Oh God, demo available? Use the laptop. Recall is pinned to the taskbar.
Silver on the corner there for you.
Oh no.
It's the other side of your laptop. Is it this? Yes.
Ah.
Oh, Lordy. All right. Well, hold on a second. Our laptop partner for the show, Dell, probably doesn't want me to show you guys what this other laptop is.
Do you want to get some tape?
No, I'm just gonna.
Wow. Whoa. That was smooth.
Okay, there we go.
Dang.
His name's Dan, actually.
My goodness. What's going on? I can do that.
Trying to get the HDMI. You can do that? Yeah, right. You can't even lift 2.5 pounds.
Oh my.
Sorry, it's a bit of an inside joke.
Have you even ordered them yet?
Yes.
Doesn't seem like it. It's not exactly like they're out of stock out there. My God.
Yeah. Okay. Sign in options. But okay.
I don't have it yet.
Okay. You don't have a what?
The laptop.
You don't have the laptop?
Not yet.
What do you mean you don't have it? Of course you don't have it. I have it.
No, the screen part that goes on my screen.
Wow, look, it's in stock. $7.50.
Sounds like a bit much. Can't you just use like
Yeah, why can't you just lift a heavier weight?
just put like a rotisserie chicken on each side or something?
I can't lift. I gotta grab those. I can't lift it. Gotta eat them.
Sorry, what? Grab them by the rotisserie chicken? Okay, I set it to 1080p. Does that help?
No, maybe plug and unplug.
Plug and unplug. Okay, I will try that.
Did
Why
it
don't you
do
just buy a pair and
whatever?
bring them? It's so lame.
Yeah, Luke.
I told you I
So
might
lame to
literally
have
do
free
that.
access to a gym.
Nothing.
And all you have to do is carry
It's not really.
2.5 pounds to the gym with you.
I helped design it. It's 5 pounds because I need to bring 2 of them. It's a lot of weight.
Sorry, what's that, Dan?
Still nothing.
Still
Too focused
nothing?
on show production.
I don't know what to tell you, sir. This is as God made it. It's definitely doing a thing
It's detecting, yeah.
when I plug in the thing. So I think this may be an issue on your side, sir.
Okay, skill issue. 1 sec.
Okay, I'm gonna say show only on 2. Now theoretically, you are the only one with an output. My screen is black,
Why did you do that?
so that he can be the one who definitely has an output. I'm putting out for him.
Oh.
You're sending me 1080 by 1200. I can't deal with that. Or let me try
Oh
doing.
no, is it doing the stupid thing?
Let me try doing a
No,
thing.
I
One
think
sec.
it's doing the stupid thing. The active signal versus the... Oh, I hate that! I hate that so much!
Just give me a sec.
Can it just never... Okay. NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, Microsoft. All 4 of y'all, get rid of that. Get rid of it completely. The whole active signal
it
resolution, variable or desktop mode, and then being different. If I change the resolution, just let the panel do the scaling. Nobody else touch anything. Leave it. Oh, I hate that
You
so
wanna
much.
Unplug and replug.
Yes. Every single
Really
time
should have tested
this has ever been a thing, it has been a problem. And I cannot think of any problem that it solves. What problem does that solve? It sends the native resolution to the panel. What does that have to do with the external display? Nothing. Leave it alone. Send whatever resolution that I set. Don't do anything else.
Yeah, nothing.
Obnoxious.
Do you
Okay,
want to force it to 1080?
I'm gonna try, but it's every time I try and do this, it's a gigantic hassle.
It's caused us so many problems in the past.
And overriding it is like a pain in the butt. No, I can't do anything with the NVIDIA app because it uses AMD. So there is no NVIDIA app, and I can't remember
It's more display modes. Do you want me to come and fumble with it?
more display modes. Sorry, where's that?
Oh, it's Windows 11. I can't remember.
Brilliant.
It should be under advanced display. And then, wait, I'm using a computer. I could just check here.
Advanced display.
Display settings.
Uh-huh.
Advanced
Display adapter properties.
Seems like you guys need some tech tips.
List all modes.
Yeah, that's the one.
I swear to God, I've done this. No, I am in 1920 by 1080, 60 hertz.
Yeah, I'm still getting 1200.
I know.
For the
It's-
black magic?
It's this stupid, obnoxious thing. No, I think there's something in AMD's software where you have to do something.
Can you just set all of it to 1080?
No, I am set to 1080.
On both displays, I mean.
They are both set to 1080, Dan.
Oh, good God.
I swear they're both set to 1080.
Oh.
I can't change it. I think like custom resolution utility or something. Like this is like this is one of those things that makes
Change
me
scaling mode? I don't know.
really mad. No, scaling won't do it.
We're running out of time here.
Yeah, I think we might just have to give up on this.
Here, give me the laptop.
I can give you the laptop. I really don't think it's going to do anything though.
This has been such a good segment.
Yeah, great job, everyone.
Maybe I'll just do another topic.
Yeah, maybe just get a Dell next time because when I plug into my Dell, it just flipping works.
It's a pretty good advertisement.
Just an idea.
Money, please.
What is that?
Because we did it was technically a call out for someone who's technically a sponsor. Anyways, Discord CEO Jason Citron steps down to be replaced by former president of King, also known as like the guys who make Candy Crush, ahead of potential IPO. On April 23rd, Discord CEO and co-founder, the person that I just mentioned, uploaded a post to Discord's blog entitled "Passing the Torch." Citron goes on to share that they have hired a new CEO, Human Sakini. That's a pretty sick first name.
Definitely not an AI with a name like that.
Yeah. And that Citron will be stepping down to a board and advisory position within Discord. Sakini's previous roles include vice chairman at Activision Blizzard, as well as president of King Digital Entertainment, makers of Candy Crush. Discord's other co-founder, Stanislav Vishnevsky, almost, is continuing his role as chief technology officer. This change comes amid media reports that Discord met with investment bankers to discuss a possible initial public offering as soon as this year. A Discord spokesperson told CNBC in a statement that it does, in quotes, not comment on rumors or speculation, and that
I
it
feel
is
like
focused
Discord has
on
commented on a lot of rumors and speculation over the years, but sure.
Yeah, and it is focused on delivering the best possible experience to our users and building a strong, sustainable business. To me, honestly, that is just like, yes, we're doing it. But anyways, Discord currently has 200 million global monthly active users, playing a combined 1.5 billion hours of games each month while on the platform.
All right, discussion question. What are we going to switch to from Discord?
There's really...
It will almost certainly enshittify.
I still use TeamSpeak every once in a while.
Mumble, anyone?
We could go back. The old guards are largely still there, which is kind of weird, actually.
Like Mumble still exists?
I'm pretty sure Mumble still exists. I think Ventrilo still exists.
Whoa,
I know
Mumble-
TeamSpeak still
Mumble
exists.
totally still exists.
Yeah.
Dude, when did they get... When was the last version? Stable version. Show me a date. Show me a date on this. What? Okay, here we go. Dude, December 8th, 2024. That wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah. Vent, look.
45 commits since this release. Dude.
Look.
Ventrilo is totally still a thing. That Windows logo, though. Good
it's amazing.
Lord. That is incredible.
TeamSpeak still around. Look, they have a Among Us meme. They're still around.
How timely and relevant.
Yeah. TeamSpeak's Twitter just memes about how, like, Discord will go down for a second and they'll be like, finally, users! So they're making self-owned jokes and stuff. But, yeah, they're still a thing.
What in crapification would it take for you to stop using Discord?
People would need to leave it. I feel next to no alignment at all with Discord. I would be happy to switch to TeamSpeak tomorrow.
Would you consider switching to just Steam? Like Steam has one of the big reasons that everyone got off of Steam, because everyone used it. As their like gaming social network. Okay, I haven't tried it because...
It sucked. I don't know if it still does.
Right. So they didn't have it, and then it sucked. Would we just go back to Steam? Apparently Steam Voice is really good now, and then the next person who replied said it's kind of trash. So
I wonder when the last time they used it, though, if they think that it's trash.
Well, like Discord is more than just games. Yeah, I mean, we use Discord just to like chat about things that are not just games.
Steam is also more than just games.
Steam's mobile app, not
great.
amazing.
Not
Not
great.
amazing. That's definitely an advantage for Discord. Not that I ever get a notification when you message me, but sure, whatever.
I got a notification that you messaged me, I think, yesterday, this morning.
Cool.
I was like...
Yeah, I was like, wow, he's ignoring me. I'm unfriended. Turns out Discord unfriended me.
I can't see my podcasts moving their communities into Steam. Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's
But I mean, Discord had
there are
that
other
same.
solutions. Yeah, they
Discord
did.
had that same perception. Like, if you have a good product, people might. I mean, people used Skype for gaming, for crying out loud. Skype did not have a gaming brand back then. I think people will use a good product for whatever it's good for, regardless of the branding.
Modern TeamSpeak also has like the chat and picture and stuff sharing features that Discord has.
Does it do the streaming thing that Discord does, where you can like screen stream and stuff?
I don't know on that.
No, we're not using Yahoo Chat Waffle with syrup.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the screen sharing thing. And Discord's pushing that hard. I don't know why. I haven't really been able to figure that out.
Maybe they are. Maybe, yeah. What would they be doing with that?
In TeamSpeak communities, you can stream, but you have to pay for them, and server files aren't public yet. You mean server files to like self-host the streaming stuff? Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure what that person means.
Cool.
On my self-hosted server, I cannot screen share. Okay, yeah. So self-hosted you can't, but theirs you can, which
okay.
kind of makes sense.
So yeah, but what would it take? Basically, well, what do you think it would take for any of your like gaming buddies to get off of Discord? Like a major privacy incident, or like a data collection change in the terms of service, or just generally it getting a little less reliable? Like what's the enshittification that would drive people off of Discord if they go IPO and just kind of suck now? Because like Reddit, it doesn't seem to have mattered. They went IPO, they antagonized their users, everybody's still on Reddit. People seem to have completely forgotten that they were mad.
Yeah, people don't switch platforms
at
anymore. Reddit. Like it's a weird thing. I mean, we've talked about this a few times on WAN Show. How like YouTube, Reddit, all these things, they feel extremely rooted now. Like this is how the internet has like figured itself out. These are the sites that just will stay for whatever reason. We used to go through social media platforms every couple of years, and now things just stay.
No matter how bad they are,
Yeah.
It seems like they just stick around.
Yeah, people just don't switch because we seem to have like critical mass or something. I'm not sure. So I think a big part of the problem would be switching everyone. And I don't think a privacy incident, almost no matter how big, is going to switch everyone. Because as much as people scream about it, I think most people unfortunately just don't care.
Okay, well,
I think the audio quality on TeamSpeak is fantastic. I think there's other things about it that are great. But it like...
Switch 2 pre-orders have been kind of a nightmare, and scalpers are trying to cash in. After a delay to assess the changing market conditions, tariffs, Nintendo opened up the North American pre-orders for the Switch 2 on April 24th, and it was very hard to secure one. There are a ton of eBay resellers who are selling their secured pre-orders like the buttheads that they are. Please report them. In Japan, where they're offering a discounted Japanese-only version of the console for about $350, over 2.2 million people entered the lottery for the privilege of giving their money to Nintendo. So if you were questioning whether the Switch 2 will be a success as a gaming platform, I think you can probably put that wonder to rest at this point. Yes, it is more expensive than the Switch 1. No, that does not appear to matter.
I'm not surprised at all. Not even a little bit.
That's pretty wild to me. Those are just monstrous numbers. Like,
oh, the numbers are, yeah, those are crazy.
Wow.
What I mean is I'm not surprised that like scalpers are an issue and everybody's going for it. That works for me.
I don't know. I kind of believed in Nintendo that they were just gonna like make enough of them, and I guess you just like you can't make enough when you have 8 years of pent up demand for a Nintendo console that doesn't look like donkey balls on your TV. I mean, the Switch was an old phone when they launched
Donkey
it.
Kong balls.
Super hairy and big.
He likes bananas.
Bongo-tastic. Bongo balls. The European Commission continues to be a beacon of hope. The European Commission fined Apple €500 million for blocking app developers from steering users to cheaper payment options outside the App Store. Meta also got hit with a €200 million fine for its consent or pay model, which forces users to either give up their data or pay for ad-free versions of Facebook and Instagram. Honestly, I was kind of okay with Facebook's approach.
Totally fine with it, to be honest. Just don't use the service.
However, Facebook Marketplace dodged major regulation under the DMA after the EU found that it had fewer than 10,000 business users, so it is no longer designated under the DMA. The note here says, Linus isn't convinced by that 10,000 business user number. Expand on that thought for the class. I'd be happy to. Simply based on the number of commercial entities that I see selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace here, whether it's cars or services or whatever else, across the entire EU, you're going to tell me there's less than 10,000 of them? I do not believe you.
I think that's dramatically underreported.
On a more consumer-friendly note, starting June the 20th, all smartphones and tablets sold in the EU must come with a label showing battery life, energy efficiency, and repairability ratings. How cool is that?
Does that mean there's going to be a standard for evaluating these things? Is there a standard for
A, B, C, D, E for repairability class?
Yeah, that's not what I mean.
A standard? Oh, I don't know. We can look at it.
How do they rate them?
I don't know.
Who's rating them?
I don't know. Someone is.
How do you rate repairability?
I don't know.
On a
iFixit does it.
Yeah, but that's one individual company.
Well, I'm just saying EU repair. I'm sure there's a rubric. There, EU repairability.
What's the rubric for battery life? What's the test they're doing for battery life?
Repairability index. Calm down.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying I want to see it.
I'll fight you.
What are we fighting about?
Repairability scoring system. Product Bureau. Europa.eu. Repair. Okay, here we go. Including scoring. Here, you happy?
Okay, cool.
Jeez.
How did they do it though?
Welcome to the website about product repairability. Wow, that is like the most European header that I think I've ever... Okay, project plan. Oh my God. Documents.
Where's scoring then?
Related links. Ugh.
Oh boy. I'd be really interested to see how they score across so many different devices, repairability and battery life.
Here's a second draft report. Okay, smart guy?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. How long is this?
We need an AI summary stat.
Hold on. We got the thing. We got the index, the table of indexes. Disassembly depth, fastener type, tools, spare parts,
cool,
software updates, repair information, other relevant parameters, selection of scoring parameters. Okay.
I'd be really interested to see how
disassembly depth, page 17.
I'd be really interested to see how scaling, how this scale works versus the iFixit scale.
Okay, so disassembly depth. Here we go. Where is it? It said it was on page 17. Disassembly depth. Here we go. A score is assigned for each priority part based on their disassembly depths. A discrete rating is proposed. Points are assigned at priority part level. So rating class 1. Disassembly depth index less than or equal to 2 steps is 5 points. If you are 15 steps of disassembly depth, that's 1 point.
And that's a priority part. So a priority part, I'm assuming,
would be like a screen or a battery,
a drive.
Cool.
I'm assuming.
Okay.
Sweet. I wonder how they do battery. But that is very cool.
I mean, most batteries don't move around much, so I'd imagine they just do the battery, yo.
Do the battery.
And then you spontaneously combust.
Someone pokes you and you just blow up.
Or if you're Samsung, yeah.
Got him. Note 7. Note 7 zing. Wow, that's timely. What are we supposed to be doing
give
right
yourself
now, Dan?
if you want.
You got about 5 minutes until WAN After Dark.
Oh,
yeah, you have an out.
oh yeah.
I sort of forgot about that.
Yep. The LTT subreddit has corrected Linus's take on American cheese.
He was wrong again. I think I was also wrong, but I'm going to point it at him because it says Linus's take. Not my fault this time. Didn't have my name in the subject.
It is indeed made primarily from real cheese, with some added ingredients to change its texture. The 2 linked threads point towards a video by Nile Red on his secondary channel, Nile Blue, making American cheese on his own. We're not going to watch that here. You guys should go watch it.
Yeah.
The discussion question is it cheese now? It doesn't taste like cheese. Maybe part of the problem
What are
is
the other ingredients?
the particular brands. It's like salt and something, or butter and milk powder, something.
Normally there's an emulsifier as well, like a xanthan gum or something.
Yeah.
You can make it yourself. There's a great Chef Steps video on making your own processed cheese.
Chef Steps is great.
The ones
Chef
I've
Steps.
eaten are disgusting. So I'll say that much.
Because it's mostly not cheese.
Dude, It's Alive with Brad is actually amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, or is Alive with Brad, is that Bon Appetit?
Yeah, wait. I'm talking about the wrong one. But yes, I like both of them.
Both of them are great.
I got them conflated, but I do like both of them a lot.
So it has cheese in it, and that's good. And I like my cheese in a brick.
Chef Steps makes the Jewel, right?
No, that's they make the Anova.
Apparently it used to be Bon Appetit, but he went solo.
Cool. Either way, good stuff.
Game Over There says American cheese is good exclusively on sandwiches with really cheap-ass lunch meat.
I mean, the menu has a line in it at the end that American cheese is the best cheese for putting on a burger because it doesn't split when it's heated to a high temperature.
Doesn't split?
That's what the emulsifiers are
What
for.
do you mean by split? Why would it split?
Well, the oils separate. Have you ever made like a hollandaise or something like that?
Yeah, it's great when the oils separate.
You like it when it gets grainy and like...
Grainy? What are you even talking about? What kind of cheese are you people eating?
This is normal cheese. If you overheat normal cheese.
Well, why would you overheat it? Get good.
Say you're making a cheese sauce or a grilled cheese.
I thought we were talking about a burger.
Yeah, you put it on a hot burger. Like,
Put it on a hot burger, and then when it's melted, you eat it. What's wrong with you people? Someone says, Linus, you don't cook. No, but I can put... We're not talking about cooking. We're talking about putting cheese on a burger. That's not even cooking. Who cares? Linus can't cook. What are you guys talking about? No, honestly, though. Okay, both of you. I have handed both of you, at some point or another, a hamburger with melted cheese on it. Are you telling me... that I prepared, both of you. Explain this to me.
I don't know if there's any evidence of this happening.
You know for a fact, more than one time.
I love how exclusively talking about cheese melting on hamburgers went to Linus can't cook.
What is wrong with you people? I'm just talking about emulsifiers in American cheese and cheese.
The conversation of which Linus was following.
Yeah, but why do I need them? What's wrong with the melted cheese that doesn't have emulsifying agents in it?
Stabilizes it for temperatures. If you're making a cheese sauce,
but I'm not making a cheese sauce. I'm putting cheese on a burger. Damn it!
Use whatever the hell you want.
But what do the emulsifiers do? Someone said it doesn't do a thing. Cheddar doesn't have the same effect on burgers as American. What do you mean the same effect? It adds a cheesy flavor. What f***ing effect do you want from your cheese?
It makes the burger taste less like plastic.
You want it to tap dance?
We're going to end up on the subreddit again because of you, Linus.
Good.
Oh, man.
Cheese discourse.
What are you guys even talking about?
It's supposed to melt evenly like
look,
pizza.
Unique username goes, you don't know shit about cheese, just do the correction. You're going to be called a narcissist for weeks again. No, I'm asking a question.
And no one's answering it.
Nobody is answering the question. What is wrong with just melting regular cheese?
And there is the line. Dan's right. At the end of the menu, he talks about how American cheese is best on burgers.
What Linus is talking about is completely reasonable.
What does it do better?
It just holds
What
itself.
do you mean it doesn't melt?
It just holds itself together
What
better.
the fuck are people talking about? It works fine. This is user error. I'm sorry.
I think if I can make an assumption
split.
here.
What do you mean
The
split?
burger's not going to get it up to the level where it's going to like de-emulsify.
De-emulsify what? We're talking about burgers.
Yes, but cheese is a suspension and the milk solids can separate out. If you overheat, like, say, a cheese product in a fondue or like in a cheese sauce or something.
Why would I do that?
Well, you wouldn't on a burger, which is why I don't know why they're freaking out.
But why would I do that in a cheese sauce either? Just control your temperature.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah,
Just cook it right.
This is like
that's
saying,
a great answer.
No, this is like saying you need to use like garbage chocolate because you can't be arsed to use a double boiler. Like, what are we even talking about?
I don't know.
You mean like tempering chocolate, which sucks. You could just do that with an immersion circulator, but like, oh my god, this is dumb. Just use normal cheese. It's fine, Linus. You don't need.
I will.
You don't need to have American cheese.
The oil separating out of the cheese. Okay, are you talking about how the oil kind of pools on the top of the cheese, like it sweats? Is that what we're talking about when you heat it up?
No.
But that's what people.
I think what they're talking about. Okay, when you're using real cheese, it kind of wraps itself around the burger a little bit, right?
I mean, yeah, if you leave it in for too long.
A little bit, sure. Okay.
Well, why would you do
I think
that?
what they're talking about is when you use the slice American cheese thing, it will literally keep its shape and like stick out even after being cooked.
Because it becomes less heat sensitive because it's basically
so it's not going to wrap around the burger.
Singular block of goop.
It keeps that like I am a square of cheese thing going on.
If you want that behavior, also the pull is way better.
People are now saying no, it doesn't do that. So I guess I'm wrong. I have no idea.
Cheese stays on the burger. How are you guys knocking all the cheese off your burgers?
That's not true unless you're talking about processed cheese food. Is that not what we're talking about?
Literally the opposite. It melts more.
It melts better.
Other cheese separates even on a burger, which leads to way more oil.
I have never had a piece of cheese separate on a burger in my entire life.
The oil is already in the cheese. There isn't more oil.
Okay, so what they're saying is that it melts more and wraps more around the burger.
It wraps more around the burger.
That's just because it's very thin.
Yeah. Why would you want that? I like a big old thick, I can afford cheese, slice of cheese on my hamburger. I'm not going to put
I like this actually.
single on
LMG
my
exclusive Linus barbecues burgers with 5 different cheeses to test it out. I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. It's great for grilled cheese.
Oh. You know what else is great for grilled cheese? Learning to just cut cheese evenly with a knife and then putting cheese on your grilled cheese.
You do get some incredible strings.
Dude, there's absolutely no way that I would put like American cheese, at least like a Kraft single. Is that what we're talking about? We're talking about Kraft singles?
That's what I thought we were talking about.
Because that's my understanding.
That's what I
thought too?
Yeah.
I would rather eat plastic than eat Kraft singles on a grilled cheese sandwich. I'm sorry.
I mean,
they say so American cheese, especially when using a brand with emulsifiers like sodium citrate, melts exceptionally well and creates a smooth fluid texture, according to Bon Appetit. This contrasts with some other cheeses that might become clumpy or greasy when melted.
Skill issue. Okay, what else we got here? What else we got this week?
I'm gonna freaking lose it.
And so Kraft singles are apparently bad. Whatever they use at Subway is also inedible. That stuff is trash. I wouldn't feed it to my dog. I don't even have a dog.
Okay, if you want the properties of American cheese, just follow the Chef's Steps video and just get some real cheese and then just put some chemicals in it and you're done. It's real cheese, but with chemicals. That's it. You processed it.
Viridian is still mad that I'm saying it doesn't lead to more oil. because the texture of the liquid is different. Yeah, but that's not more oil. That's just that the oil is on top of the... I mean, by the time you're taking a bite of a burger, a little bit of liquid oil in this thing, is that a concern? I mean, it's got a beef patty on it, right? Like, come on.
I don't know. I've never seen oil with like camembert or like a real cheese.
You don't take the burger apart and like lick the top of the cheese. Why is the oil there a concern?
Personally, I eat my burgers like Oreos, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You dunk them in milk. It's like a hot dog eating competition.
I want to see Linus do the cheese jar challenge. Oh God, that sounds awful.
What is the cheese jar challenge?
I don't know, but it sounds like it involves like Cheese Whiz. They made me eat Cheese Whiz as like a spin for punishment thing on a live stream a while back, and I just about vomited. It was horrible. Horrible.
Just didn't even come up with anything. It came up with like the great jar trial from Elden Ring. I have no idea.
We have 30 minutes left. Can we talk about not fake cheese? I mean, real cheese, but it just has emulsifiers in it.
We can talk about the Slate truck, the $20,000 American-made pickup truck with no paint,
What?
no stereo,
What?
and no touchscreen.
It sounds amazing.
Michigan-based Slate Auto has developed the Slate truck, meant as a blank slate to be extremely customizable and extremely affordable. It's expected to be sub 20 grand after federal incentives, assuming those stick around, aiming for a production start in 2026. Instead of steel or aluminum, the body panels are unpainted molded plastic, or as Slate calls them, injection molded polypropylene composite material. The unpainted body was designed to take advantage of the trend of vinyl wrapping cars. They offer vinyl wrap kits directly, or you can DIY it. There's a configurator that is live on their site right now. Oh, personalize your Slate. Let's go. Boom. Slate truck. Environments. Color dip. Okay.
Click on personalize.
Let's go.
Yo. Nice.
All right. So vinyl wraps definitely.
Not gonna lie, this is cool.
Okay.
They even show like if you don't want to like go through all the work of getting like very legitimate speakers, you can just do this.
Wow. What? It's just a Bluetooth speaker.
You just print I'm assuming you just 3D print a Bluetooth speaker
Kirkland
holder.
hot dog holder.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just, yeah, you know, you want some sound. You don't want to pay for speakers throughout your truck. Done.
The truck does not come with any infotainment at all, not even a radio. Slate intends to make information regarding basic repair and maintenance available through a Slate University, and they have a partnership with already established nationwide service centers for work on things like the high voltage system or for customers who just want the work taken care of. They will not be doing sailors through a dealership, but through direct sales online and pickup locations similar to Tesla. So discussion question here is, would you buy a vehicle that is lacking everything but the absolute basics? If you did, would you intend to drive it as is, or would you upgrade it / make it your own?
I'd upgrade it and make it my own. And I would absolutely buy one. Yeah. Sick.
This actually seems super cool. Like, it's one of those, like, yeah, for real though. Like, I already have a phone.
Yeah, whatever.
Or a tablet.
But like and you could set up a screen in there that you connect your phone to that just like makes your phone screen bigger and more easy to interact with. Like, that's fine, but you can set that up yourself. Or you just get one of those and you're totally fine.
Look, actual buttons
I am
for AC control.
3,000,000% sure someone will come out with some, maybe Slate will themselves, some way to add like proper speakers. Whatever.
This seems legitimately pretty cool.
That's sweet.
I think Bezos backed it though.
That's gross.
Don't quote me on that. Hold on. Slate truck. Bezos.
It's still cool.
Bezos backed, yes.
Still cool.
Yeah, you can still get one. It's still pretty cool. You can make yourself feel better by just watching Bezos faceplant by the spaceship. Just watch it on loop for a little while. Have it like side by side, because you're making a major purchase, right? So obviously you're at your computer. So you just put Bezos face planting as your sort of Subway Surfers on the side, and then you configure your Slate truck, and
that's
it
fantastic.
kind of cancels it out.
That's good. The The truck is all electric, carrying a 52.7 kilowatt hour battery that powers a single rear motor, producing 201 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. Acceleration from stop to 60 miles per hour would take about 8 seconds, which if this was 20 years ago would be like amazing. So it's probably fine. You're probably okay. Relax. Driving range is estimated at 150 miles. And there's an optional 84.3 kilowatt hour battery, which will increase the range to 240 miles.
Oh, that's pretty good.
There's also a dual motor all-wheel drive powertrain that is potentially in the works. And it charges with Tesla-style ports.
Yeah, I think those are going to win now.
Payload tops out at 1,433 pounds, towing at 1,000 pounds. This is like more than what almost everyone needs. The whole like 0 to 60 time thing, like...
What?
It's cool. Most people aren't going to really care. I think we got past a point where it really matters to the vast majority of people now. And if you want to have fun with your Porsche, go for it.
I do.
But like most people that want a $20,000 truck, like, dude, can it get up to speed within a safe period of time on the highway? Yes. Cool. I'm like, outside of that, doesn't really matter much.
That's fair enough.
This is sweet.
SoCalTech Fair. Apparently we're a sponsor.
Nice.
That's super cool.
Let's go.
Our team's been working on
What's he doing there?
Meet and greet with the one and only Colton Potter.
We fired him and now he's working for them.
Imagine that. What a guy. Anyway, hold on. There's a bunch of notes in the doc. So this is JayzTwoCents /Heights. SoCalTech Fair happening in the City of Industry, California on May the 3rd and 4th. Our team is sponsoring the Tower of Power booth activity, where you can take part in a frantic 2v2 motherboard stacking face-off to see which tech community team gets the highest height in under 2 minutes. Random hardware provided, stacking ability skills unfortunately optional. You can win LTTStore.com prizes, including commuter backpacks, screwdrivers, magnetic cable management, sticker packs, and more. And if you come on Sunday, Colton will be there to say hi and you're fired. Good catchphrase. Has anyone ever thought of that before? Some other cool things happening at the event. There's an AMD CPU trade-in offer while supplies last. You can trade any AMD CPU in any condition and get a free ultimate upgrade to the AMD family, an AMD Ryzen 7 9700X and an ASUS B650 motherboard combo that also qualifies toward a free copy of Monster Hunter Wilds. Sorry, how does this work? There's got to be... is it like a raffle or something? Sorry, what is this? Hold on. Where's the info on this? Okay, SoCalTech Fair, Control F, AMD Cares trade-in program. There's got to be while supplies last.
While supplies last is I'm assuming a big part of this.
This trade-in is limited per day per individual paid ticket holders. Oh, it's basically a sweepstakes then. Yeah, I think it's a sweepstakes.
I think they mean ticket holders as in ticket to the event.
Yeah, I know.
How's it a sweepstakes?
Well, because not everyone who buys a ticket to the event is going to win it. Test your luck. Test your luck on the AMD Plinko board to receive tickets to win daily GPU giveaways. Wait.
Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Because of course it gets even more loaded. Sign up and enter yet another free PC giveaway with 2 times the chances to win. Thing. Okay, depending on AMD Cares Fair challenge rating. Challenge rating. What are these coins? Or they're bank coins.
What?
They're bank coin. AMD Cares, depending on trade-in restrictions, TBD. 5 minutes, limited trade-in while supplies last. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some kind of gating. There's absolutely no way that every single person who attends is getting a free CPU and motherboard. So
it's got to be the while supplies last part.
I mean, good luck. Good luck with getting that, because that seems like a very good deal. Also, iBuyPower is going to have a GPU garage sale. You can learn more and get tickets by searching SoCalTech Fair or at the link in the video description. Also, the BOINC Pentathlon 2025. The LTT Forum BOINC team will be competing in the BOINC Pentathlon 2025, running from May 5th to May 19th. In this event, we'll go up against other tech communities by contributing computing power through BOINC to support scientific research and progress. While only BOINC points count toward the Pentathlon, we'll also be tracking folding at home stats for anyone signed up. If you want to join the competition and support science, you can find all the details and sign-up info on the LTT Forum. That's linustechtips.com. Just look for the BOINC Pentathlon Pentathlon 2025 thread. All right, it's time for After Dark. I assume I can find this easily.
Not Boeing. BOINC. BOINC. BOINC.
Where would they have posted that? Probably here,
BOINC.
right? Yeah, here we go. Community. Boop.
BOINC Pentathlon.
It's just pentathlon. There's no second A.
Oh.
Yeah,
Pentathlon?
common mistake.
Pentathlon sounds better.
I know.
Some
Pentathlon.
Mandela effect here. Bernstein Bears.
Yeah. The
Brenstein.
Breadsmain.
Brenstein?
Bernstein.
Oh, yeah. After Dark, let's go.
Are they even bears? All right, I got some March messages here for you.
The one that gets me the most is the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia thing.
Yeah, that messed me up.
That one, like,
I
feel
needed
like
therapy.
Do
there's
they
a
not have a
there.
cornucopia?
The claim is that they don't, but
What?
I specifically remember learning what that was because
You
of
mean this
asking
thing,
my
right?
mom about the. Yeah, apparently that's not a thing.
What?
Yeah, no,
It
I
says
don't.
fact check. Click into it.
Do
Let's see.
not believe that at all.
What?
I don't believe it either, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the Fruit of the Loom logo that never contained a
What? No, this I've never seen, but what? Rating false.
So it did, basically.
No. Scroll.
The claim is that it didn't, and then that's false.
Yeah,
At some
okay.
point in the past, the Fruit of the Loom. No.
Yeah, fact check. It has
Scroll
never
down.
contained one.
What?
Rating false.
Yeah, scroll. Okay, scroll up slightly.
What is happening?
Stop there. Read the claim and then read the rating down.
At some point, it contained a cornucopia. Oh,
That is false.
Oh,
Meaning they're saying that it did not contain a cornucopia. But I don't believe that. I refuse.
I also refuse to believe that.
what?
There's no way, dude,
It's been disproved. What's been disproved
that it contained a cornucopia.
is strongly held. An image
They're
of the
saying
purported...
that's not real.
But that... What?
Which there's like no way.
What?
This is a fabrication, not an actual Fruit of the Loom logo. Like, what are you talking about? There's no way. The only thing that I thought of was we used to, they disproved Fruit of the Loom's claim. Is that true?
Did it never contain a cornucopia? Okay, because this actually looks pretty familiar to me as well. This looked very familiar, though.
I swear that one's real.
This
Maybe,
site apparently...
maybe their logo has emulsifiers in it too.
Fruit of the Loom. I mean...
There's proof they did. It was marketing. But then why does this thing say the claim is false then?
Well, this is Yahoo Finance. I don't know. This doesn't
Fair
look
enough.
right to me, though. Found in thrift stores. More examples sent to Snopes appear to have their origins in a June 2020, among other things. The other example of some from a TikTok video, proposed cover-up is one of the greatest marketing ploys in history. The provenance of these photos is unknown, and as a result, their utility as evidence is limited. Okay. I don't know, man. People are saying the site is wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm very upset right now. I could have sworn it had a thing. Wait, an early version did have it, but it was dropped? What is this? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well. Okay. Well, anyway, After Dark. Oh man, I'm so upset. I was also a Shazam Kazam bamboozled. I was bamboozled. Whatever the wrong one is. I thought that Sinbad was in a movie called Kazam, but it's actually Shaq in a movie called Shazam or whatever. Like I could have sworn I remembered seeing a VHS of Sinbad as a genie, but
Yeah.
apparently that never happened. So
Yeah.
it's a whole thing. Mandela effect, man.
The cornucopia thing, like I refuse to give up on that. Because
Same.
I very specifically remember being in the car, coming from a thrift store, having bought a Fruit of the Loom thing and asked my mom what that thing was and her explaining the word cornucopia. That's how I learned the word cornucopia. It was from the Fruit of the Loom logo.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Do you think
Maybe
they could
it
have
was
been knockoffs? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's the only theory that's made sense to me because back then we got a lot of stuff from thrift stores and secondhand and stuff like that.
Same here. Yeah.
And maybe.
Maybe.
But why are you knocking off Fruit of the Loom?
I don't know anymore.
That's the last remaining thing for me. Is like, weren't they cheap in the first place?
Maybe that's why this timeline is so messed up. 'Cause
So
they changed something.
who's making a knockoff version of the cheap brand? I understand the Fruit of the Loom website says no. I don't care. I don't believe it.
He doesn't care. He doesn't believe it. Okay.
All right. Why has email not changed in the past 20 years? Number one time annoying thing in business is email. Why haven't anyone come up with a more efficient way to process email?
Threads
Threads
changed in the
was
last
a
20 years.
dramatic change.
That was a huge change.
Massive.
I mean, there's still a lot of issues like formatting and like text formatting and like reply formatting in email chains when people are using different services or clients can still get a little bit messy. But overall, email is, for me, not the number one most annoying thing. It's actually really annoying when people send me anything that needs actual thought put into it via any means other than email. Because as soon as I have read something like on my phone, if it requires more than 2 seconds of thought, I can't reply to you right now because I'm in the middle of something, and I will never think to reply to you again because now it isn't marked unread and it's not sitting in my email where it can be carefully organized and isn't just going to get buried the next time someone messages me something, because the way that sorting works on messaging apps is not ideal for the way that my ADD brain works. And there are more efficient ways to process emails. There's like priority view in your Gmail inbox. There's like AI reply help if you're
Even being
into
able
that
to
sort of
sort by
thing.
unread is
dude.
probably in the last 20 years.
Yeah, huge difference maker. Email has definitely changed.
Email was largely processed on like email clients, and I remember it was like an actual job back in like the Geek Squad era to like back up people's email files so that you could transfer them to their new computer and stuff. Like the email has dramatically changed.
It's way better. Way better now. The search in Gmail sucks, but other than that, it's way better.
It's really wild.
Oh,
that, like,
crap.
Don't do that, Linus.
We both cleared, and so we cleared too.
Oh.
I'll read one while I look for it. Question for Luke. If you could, would you own bigger birds, like parrot-sized?
No, because
If he could, he probably wouldn't own the size of birds he has now.
Never thought about that.
We have
Fun
to
fact,
do-
you can.
we have to do 7 medications a day right
You wouldn't
now.
even have to squeeze that hard.
Oh my god. We have to do 7 medications
You could
a day
sell
right
it to
now.
a blind kid.
And my god. And we have to give them milk thistle. I think that's milk thistle. Medicated water, basically. It's crazy.
Okay. Hear out charged nuclei. Chickens. I bet you don't chickens.
I used to keep chickens. 10 out of 10 birds.
Chickens are probably the only one, and it's because they have utility.
I mean, technically,
That-
budgies have the same utility.
Oh,
You
eggs.
just have a hang up about it.
Eating their eggs?
Well, I mean, not everybody just eats the chicken eggs.
Oh. There's really not a lot of meat on a budgie.
They got feet too.
I'm not saying it has a ton of
It
utility.
would hardly even constitute a snack. I
I'm
think.
just saying it has some.
like legitimately.
I'm just saying it has some.
Bagel bite?
No, I don't even like.
A Triscuit. Just a little Triscuit with melted cheese, proper cheese, and then a little bit.
You mean
But then it might not be properly melted, Linus. You clearly don't know how to cook.
Shut up! Shut up!
Anyway,
I just want a no context shirt with a burger patty with melted cheese on the top of it.
I've sent so many messages this evening.
what was I going to say? Yeah, no, indoor birds. I don't want a bigger one because the poop is a problem. Budgies, the poop's not really that big of a deal, but I want to be able to allow them to fly. So if you have a larger bird that has big goopy poop, you don't want that flying all over the place. There's pictures people have shown me of like their monitors, and the back of their monitor is just like covered in. It's gross. It's
Okay.
gross. Don't want that.
In response to the
Pants.
next merch message, this is not my wife.
What?
This is not my wife.
Oh.
Our next merch message. This is a Hong Kong-based actor. She's 50. She's a little old for me. Pretty impressive filmography, which is nice and good for her, but she is not, in fact, my wife. So this next merch message. Hello, Linus. You've mentioned Yvonne is from Hong Kong. As someone else who married a girl from Hong Kong, I was wondering if you've taught the kids Cantonese and go back to visit from time to time. I have never said my wife is from Hong Kong. She is not from Hong Kong. We do go back to visit the country that she is actually from, which is Malaysia/Brunei. But I don't know, once every 10 years or so. We actually just went back, and Yvonne does not speak Cantonese. She speaks a little bit of Mandarin from when she was a kid, but barely these days. Yeah, Mandela effect again. Here we go. No, not Scrappy DP. I'm not being mean. I'm not saying she's old. I'm just saying she's a little old for me. She's 11 years older than me. What?
You know, when people get to a certain age,
Yes.
their age band tends to increase.
Their age band?
Yeah, what they're acceptable with. And I'm just saying, maybe you're up there.
Maybe I'm up there.
Yeah.
Really?
How old are you now? 30.
Don't worry about it.
8?
Hold on, which one is it? Crap. Yes, barely though.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you went, there are definitely 38-year-olds that would date 27-year-olds.
And I might say, I don't know, they seem a little old for you.
Young?
Well, okay, the thing is, what, young?
Yeah, they're dating down 11 years. And I don't think they're a little
Oh,
old.
sorry, no, I thought we were going the other way.
Okay.
I would say that if an 11-year gap works for someone, then that's fine.
It's huge. It's huge. I wouldn't do it.
You do you.
In either direction. That's a lot.
You do you.
When there's like a generational gap, I don't know.
Muken Tuish says, lol, Linus thinks 27 is a little old for a 38-year-old. I mean, it's a very different life stage.
It's fine. It's not like
Like, I'm in the middle of my career, and I'm dating someone who is like getting close to the end of theirs potentially, especially if they work in film. And so like, we're just going to be at completely different life stages in a very short amount of time. That's a major concern for me. Like, I like that Yvonne and I, the other more different Yvonne, the one I actually married, are going to like age together, you know, barring any kind of, knock on wood, horrible, health affliction or anything like that. We're going to mostly fall apart at probably almost around the same time-ish, assuming all goes according to plan.
It doesn't gross me out. I wouldn't do it, and it's going to be surprising to me. But yeah, I don't know. I just think if you're going to be cool with going X amount of years down, you should also be cool with going X amount of years up.
Yeah, I'm not saying it makes any kind of.
But if you're not cool going X amount of years down, then yeah, fair enough.
I like that Yvonne and I are the same age, and I totally recognize that other things work for other people.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Okay, Mick 81 dating a 37-year-old. Are we talking about Mick Jagger? Hold on. I mean, that's not your girlfriend at that point. That's like your caretaker. Melanie Hamrick and Mick Jagger, 44-year age gap.
So all I'm saying is he should be open to, how old is he again?
Too much.
81 was it said?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
I don't think that's
legal.
legal. I don't think you're allowed to do that, although he could probably afford to do what he wants.
Bill Belichick is 70 and his girlfriend is 24.
All right, here we go. Okay.
That's normal.
Fans fear for him after her bizarre social media post. I mean, yeah, that doesn't seem like a mismatch at all. You know?
Yeah. Is that the bizarre social media post?
That's not bizarre.
That's super
awesome.
normal. That looks
That's
great.
adorable.
That's cute, if anything.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Someone
that's
said surely he wasn't allowed to eat until she took the picture. Who cares?
what.
Who cares? That might even be true.
He also
Who
is
cares?
eating. He's like totally like starting on it while she takes a picture of her food. Calm down.
Get off it. My goodness.
Calm down.
This is what happens when the cornucopia goes missing.
The world just
Everything
goes
has
bad,
gone
dude.
downhill, Zids.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, fellow humans. With the AMD APUs with great graphics performance, do you think GPUs will become less popular?
Yes, they already have. Especially cheap GPUs. They basically don't exist anymore. Boom! It's AMD's fault.
I accept this. This is true.
NVIDIA stocks.
/S. Oh my
Through
god.
the roof.
/S.
No,
please.
no. He said it. Go after him on Reddit. Make a thread.
Yeah, just add it to the cheese one. I don't care anymore. Hi, LTD crew. Hey, now that Linus has now developed a few products, is he a fan of quote-unquote design by committee? For example, Microsoft, or a singular guiding vision, aka Steve Jobs?
Nothing. Neither. They're both stupid.
Wait, what?
The correct answer is having a singular guiding vision and consulting a committee and taking the best ideas from your committee of people that presumably you surrounded yourself with because they're smart, and then combining all of those, reaching a consensus about what the best product is to achieve the vision, which may have changed through discussion with the rest of the team, and then creating a product that is better than what any one of those people would have created, but not as directionless as what an entire team would have created. There you go. You're welcome.
Someone disprove this. Wayback Machine, fruit.com, Fruit of the Loom logo.
What, fruit.com?
Is their actual website just fruit.com?
What is fruit.com?
Yes, it is. It was archived on April Fool's. No! No way. So did the Fruit of the Loom company for April Fools put up a logo with the cornucopia in it?
Caught him.
What a troll. That's actually an amazing troll.
It's pretty good.
That's actually fantastic.
That's pretty good. All right. Well, you know what? It's been great hanging out with y'all. I mean, doing a therapy session with y'all.
Yeah.
We will see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
How long can I can pause forever. You could be late for your thing.
I'll just leave.
Bye.
I've done my part.
Luke's learning his power.